night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I just know we found something so wild of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE, and unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right, thank you, Craig.
Law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume outside of containment.
What's that?
Has gas been seen or
what's that, brother?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow, then. Now lean then.
Esta es una historia triste la que le voy a contar. Una historia triste la que le voy a contar. No tiene doble sentido, no vayan a mal pensar. No tiene doble sentido, no vayan.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you from the heart of dystopia with my guests, True Few and D-Man. All these lovely people in the audience. Look at all these people. Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody in chat. Glad I made it. Made it through the week.
Yes, so far.
Yes, so far. So good.
I had an easy fucking day today, man. It was just basically a little bit tiddly bit shit, punch out type crap, you know. Little dab of caulk needed over here, putty in a nail hole here. The biggest thing I had
Finish
to do
work.
did sand it off a countertop and painted it. It was a couple hours. I was all done. That was it. So tomorrow's supposed to be really nice, and we can maybe get finished on that metal on the outside, you know. But that the girl's moving in. What's today? The 26th. She's moving in on the 1st. So
Nice.
it's crunch time. We don't have to have the skirting done by the time she moves in. That's fine. But
Yeah, they canceled me for tomorrow. So
Oh, yeah?
I have to work tomorrow, so I got the day off, and I was like, "Hey, nice. Weekend's looking good."
So far, so good. So far, so good. We got a good weekend. I think it's going to be nice.
How to pull out Beaker. The weekend's coming.
Yep. That's the deal. They so you know Hillary was deposed in front of the Congress or whatever today, but they did it behind closed doors. So you only got what they told you about in there. So I don't know. She's claiming that she's never been even met Epstein.
Oh, sure.
And but it was pretty slick. She turned the tables around. She goes, you know, why aren't you getting the guy up here under oath that's mentioned, you know, thousands of times in these fucking files, Donald Trump? Why don't you get him up here and ask him? He'd know more about it than I do. So there's trouble amongst friends. I don't know. Actually, here I am. What you need to do with people keep calling it frazzle drip. It's not. The file was called frazzled.rip. .rip is like a rip from a CD or something like that. It's a different video format. Anyway, which tells me that that's not the main file either, because that's a transitional file. Funny how I know that shit, isn't it?
I threw a bunch of links in the back, a little varied, this and that.
Yeah, I grabbed that one. It says you need to see that, because what I think is interesting is Robert David Steele, whom I believe was murdered.
You talk about this stuff.
Yes,
before it happened.
Mentioned him. I didn't even realize, and if he did mention him, I didn't know who the fuck he was talking about, because this stuff hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't front page news. That's
right. This one here.
Jeffrey Epstein has every major U.S. politician on video doing something terrible, probably to a child or to multiple people. The bottom line here is the United States government has become so corrupt that the time has come, I think, to clean the crap out of the stables and start over. What has happened over the years is the federal government has become an oppressive imperialist power in debt to the banks. We should not be borrowing money. The Constitution provides for printing money, not borrowing money. We've now reached the end of our descent into hell. For 1/3 of what we all spend on military wars, not the military, but military wars, for 1/3 of that, we could raise the 5 billion poor. The whole point of grand strategy is to not only prevent wars, but to stop refugees from coming here. Those refugees are coming here because we bombed their country into nothing. If you continue to bomb the rest of the world, they are going to come to your neighborhood because it's the only one not being bombed. So we are creating these refugees. Jeffrey Epstein has every major U.S. policy.
Yep.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah, now you got to look at what the quagmire that Trump finds himself into right now, because apparently Iran has unredacted shit too,
and he is not popular at the moment.
No, he is not.
With
not popular.
Anybody.
Well, my God, he had the men's Olympic hockey team to the White House, right? Served him a meal. Fucking McDonald's, man. I would have walked the fuck out. I would have walked right out of there.
Those guys don't eat fast food.
Not only that, what an insult. You're at the White House.
Yeah.
Premier chef.
Yeah. Here's a hamburger.
Here's a fucking Big Mac. Choke it down and get the fuck out.
Yeah, really. Yeah. McRibs for everybody.
Yeah, and congratulations to you. Give me a medal. And then he took one of their medals and he's wearing it around like it's his. Fucking guy. I can't listen. I went from being kind of impartial, going, well, he's a new type of entertainment, to going, this guy is the fucking worst.
They always start off good. I know, but you notice that it's a cycle. If you look at all of them, they all say the right things, they win. Then they start off kind of good. Things start to, you're like, hey, look, things are being fixed, shit's being managed. All right, this isn't bad. And the next thing it starts to go a little south, and then they talk more shit, and they get back in the second time, and you think, you know what? Maybe the next time, maybe this time it'll, we'll set them straight. And then they get in there, and then it's a effing train wreck.
Yep.
And then what they do is they swing that power to the other side, and now they do the exact same thing. They come in and say all the right things.
It's just like Lucy holding the football for Charlie Brown. Yeah. And that poor little son of a bitch falls for it every time too. Okay, well, maybe this will be the time she doesn't pull it out, and wham, right on his ass he goes. Yeah. And I'm like, he's never going to learn. That's exactly what we do here. And it's coming to a point to where it's like Steele said, we got a clean house, and you ain't going to do it with a vote. I'm telling you that right now, because every one of those little fuckers that comes up for a vote, they got a bunch of small hats behind them, either openly or secretly, and they're there to fuck you up. That's all.
The usury is how they get the power. That's proved in history over and over and over. Rome is a great example. Same.
That's why the Rothschilds own the throne.
Yeah. I read a thing today about the Warburgs. The Warburgs are one of the most powerful families in the world, and it didn't even take 30 years, and they were absolutely broke.
Yep.
And it's like, you got to realize that it's a power that runs into that gets into these systems. You have to realize how they get this power by using money.
And nepotism.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what they do.
Oh, I had another one too. But I don't know if
this one here I got queued up as you said Massie was losing his shit on the floor.
Yeah. I watched it today.
It's a gentleman from Kentucky.
I think he looks a little more imposing with the beard, because he looks like a little church mouse without it.
He does.
He does.
He looks soft when he doesn't have
he does. He looks real soft.
It's a gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Massie, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Congress created the Department of Justice. Congress funds the Department of Justice, and Congress is responsible for the oversight of the Department of Justice. When will we see justice? I'll tell you what I've not seen. I've not seen any arrests from the revelations in the Epstein files, over 3 million documents describing horrible things, describing unspeakable things, so much of it redacted. Over 24 people have resigned, CEOs, members of government worldwide, but I haven't seen any arrests or investigations here in the United States from this Department of Justice. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, who has since been stripped of his royal titles due to his affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested. Peter Mandelson, who previously served as UK's ambassador to the United States, resigned in disgrace from United Kingdom's House of Lords and the Labour Party, and he's been arrested. Former Prime Minister of Norway, Torbjorn Jagland, has been charged. But we don't see any charges, arrests, or investigations in the United States. What do we see? We see our FBI director celebrating in the locker room at the Olympics overseas. It's fine to be proud of this country.
You're not supposed to act like a drunken frat boy, though. You know, especially on camera. I'm going to tell you something, man. There was an image that the FBI projected, designed by Hoover, that had to be followed to a fucking T. Right down to how they dressed. Conduct, everything.
Yep.
And that's all out the fucking window now. You know, this guy's going to just act like he's at a goddamn frat house doing keggers and shit, you know, and it's like, that's not the image that was supposed to be portrayed by the FBI. Not at all.
Whenever you watch old TV programs, they were always dressed to the nines, always the suit, always the clean, you know.
That's how you could tell a Fed.
Yeah, that's how you could tell. Exactly. It wasn't, you know, some guy wearing a tracksuit or a hoodie.
Right. Yeah, straight-laced G-men, like always says here. Straight-laced G-men. And that's how they were, too. And it was like, I've heard some stories, too, that, you know, Hoover was a short little fucker, right?
Gotta have a hat on.
Yes. And they'd go in after they, you know, became agents, and they would get to go and meet the director. And they were instructed to not look down or behind his desk because he was standing on a box. So he didn't seem to be as short as he was.
Yeah. I mean, they played that game with, who was the one? Was it Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Wasn't Roosevelt crippled?
Yes.
And nobody knew that. Nobody knew that he was crippled. He had those leg irons and stuff on. And nobody knew for years and years and years that he had, what was the thing he had with him?
They say it was polio.
Yeah, and nobody knew
he had polio, but my grandpa was convinced it was from syphilis.
Yeah, probably.
He's that old syphilitic bastard.
But I mean, it's true. Like they could push anything over you. Nobody knew he was crippled. Nobody knew he couldn't walk. But they put on a good game to make it look like he could. It's really like guys propping him up. You know,
for most of Wilson's term, he was incapacitated from a stroke. His wife was running the country, man.
Yeah, Reagan too. When Reagan started to get what do you call
Nancy?
They were just you know, they were just doing it for him, and he was just a figurehead because he was so popular. You know, with the jokes and the.
Hey, have you ever seen? Not to get off topic, I'll go back to the video here in a minute. But this thought just crossed my mind. I'm doing a snowman on you.
What the Jesus solve? Did you have a straight thought at all?
What was it? The name of I think it was called Execution. It had Donald Sutherland in it, and it starts off. It's this guy. He's got two people kidnapped, and one of them's Donald Sutherland, and this other guy, and they have no idea why they've been kidnapped or anything. And this guy's going to conduct a mock trial, or not a mock trial, an actual trial for Donald Sutherland because he supposedly put the wrong man to death in a capital murder case. And boy, is that ever something. And he's streaming it on the internet. This guy is streaming it on the internet. And so everybody watching it, they're the jury to decide whether he's guilty or not.
I've never seen it.
I'd never even heard of it. It was pretty good, man. It was really intense. It's got a really good ending to it too. But
Right.
what was the other one I watched? One of the Left Behind movies. Have you seen those?
Yeah, Left Behind. I've seen it. I've seen it a long time ago.
This is the Aftermath. It had Lou Gossett Jr., not Senior, Lou Gossett Jr.
Chappie.
And who else was in that damn thing? Kirk Cameron. And Lou Gossett was the president, and the namings of things like, so the guy that's running everything and all governments at the current time, because the rapture's already happened, his name is Nikolai. And I thought it was interesting that he used a version of Nicholas or Nick.
Yeah.
Old Nick, for this guy's name. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It was pretty good.
Whenever I see Donald Sutherland, I think he was oddball on he was oddball, the tank driver on
on
Kelly's Heroes.
Yeah,
my favorite movie ever.
He was also, wasn't he in The Dirty Dozen?
Yeah, he was.
And they picked him to pretend he was a general inspecting the troops and shit. They were just so sure he was going to fuck everything up too.
My favorite army movie, my favorite World War II era movie was Kelly's Heroes. I've seen it
that's a good
hundreds of times.
Did you notice my thumbnail? Did you see that kid on the motorcycle?
Yeah, is that you?
Yeah. That was my birth. That was my eighth birthday present. Yeah. And that was me when I got it right there.
I see why you have to wear a belt. You have no ass. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I don't have one. That's all right. It does what it's got to.
I had a picture of me on a 3-wheeler from like 14 or 15, but I got lost when I moved.
See, I got to get a new butt. Mine's got a crack in it. Anyway, back to Mr. Massie.
But we should be proud of this country.
And Thomas Massie didn't kill himself.
Always says he needs an ass transplant.
There you go. We put some of that cellulite from around my gut and pack it in my ass for me one time.
Because we have a system of justice that works, and yet we do not. Who are the men that should be investigated? I'll name them right here. Leon Black. You don't even have to see past the redactions to see that this man needs to be investigated. Jess Staley, accused of terrible things. It's right there in the files. Why is he not being investigated? And Leslie Wexner. Why did the FBI list him as a co-conspirator in their own documents in a child sex trafficking case, and then tell him, according to him, that they had no questions for him?
Because that would be like asking Roscoe to investigate Boss Hogg.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's put it in a context so everybody can understand it. Dukes of Hazzard, right? Yeah. All right. We got the honey pot. That's Daisy. Yep. We got, the whole thing's right there.
They're going to have to bring Enos in as a witness.
Oh, my God. Crazy. Catherine Bach, she was at Cooters not long ago, and she turned into a big girl.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she gains, but in like 15, 20 years ago, she still looked the same, which was amazing.
Yeah. Tell you who looks good up till I think they died. They're dead now. But the woman that played Marianne.
Helium, yeah.
She never changed.
No, I forgot her name. Some the brown head.
Dawn something.
Dawn Wells.
Dawn Wells, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, she always looked good.
Sitting here in my mind, picturing the whole little intro, and what it says when they're in the little captain's wheel, I had that going in my head. That's how I was able to do it. Dawn something. Dawn. Hold on, rewind it again.
Why is that? Well, the Epstein Files Transparency Act requires the DOJ and the FBI to disclose to us their internal memos and emails about how they made those decisions, whether to prosecute or not prosecute. Yet they have not delivered those memos. And we still don't have the memos and documents and emails from 2008 to explain why Jeffrey Epstein was given such a light sentence in what would have been an open and shut case. of child sex trafficking, which allowed him to go back and recommit these terrible crimes, create hundreds of more victims, and ensnare so many other people in his conspiracy. Where are those documents that describe those decisions? We need justice. We want the Department of Justice to get to work, and that's what they need to do now. Madam Speaker, I rise today to let the American people know that this government is under siege. All three branches of this government is under siege by lobbyists and lawyers from a German company named Bayer. They spent over $9 million lobbying the executive branch and the legislative branch so that they don't have to be liable for any damages that their herbicide causes, otherwise known as Roundup. And they're having some success. Now, they haven't had any success yet in this chamber to get that immunity. They've had some success in the state legislatures, which are also under siege, to get this immunity from liability. Look, the Constitution guarantees people a trial if they've been harmed. Why are we contemplating going against the Constitution? The Attorney General has opined favorably for this German company in front of the Supreme Court about getting rid of any liability that they should have for any damages. And the most recent thing that we've seen, the executive branch. By the way, the president's chief of staff and the president's attorney general worked for one of the biggest lobbying firms that's received hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from Bayer. And maybe that's why we've seen an executive order that says that the production of this chemical from this German company is a national defense priority. And we know why they're doing that. It's to keep them from having any liability. Everybody in this country deserves their day in court. This is wrong. We shouldn't succumb to the lobbyists, not in the executive branch, not in the judicial branch, and certainly not here in Congress and not in the state legislatures. But there's a lot of money at play. And I implore my colleagues to resist it and do not give them immunity. And I yield back.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, man.
Well, is this the one about Tyler Oliveira? You had back there about the exposing the.
Oh, it's kind of it's long. I threw that in there just for you. So you.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about that. You know, they shut his. They.
Yeah, I know.
Kicked him off Patreon and all kinds of shit because.
Well, that's what they do. This is how they got the influence to do the things that they do.
Well, and that's also what you don't let them have that opportunity.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, he's pointed it out, and that's why that's why there's backlash. There's backlash because he pointed out what's actually really happening, and people don't see it unless you live in that county. And there you go. Doesn't get any more direct than that. You know what? That's happening. That's going to happen in Ukraine also. That's going to happen in every place that we end up attacking and doing shit. Those people are going to right in like a vacuum.
Okay, cool. We're still at DoCon 4, so
DoCon 4.
I mean, what I'll tell you, isn't that something that wouldn't it be ironic if World War III had been averted because of some shit? Literally.
Yeah.
Okay. So the old lady was asking me, she goes, well, why can't they just go ahead and pull into a port or something and do repairs and, let everybody use the shitter? And I'm like, because Mike Huckabee pissed off every fucking buddy in the region.
That's right.
By saying it would be okay for Israel to take their land.
Yeah. And no, you think anybody's going to invite them and say, sure, come on in without.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. They're going to be like, screw you, sit in your shit.
Yeah, we got a Sheets right here on the dock. Go ahead and go in there. It's a pilot. You go in there and get you some coffee and take a dump. Oh man, but you know what they're finding out that these people are pissed off about being on such a long deployment. And it's going to be even longer with this mission that they're on.
It's going to be
and they don't want to go fight another fucking war for Israel. So a lot of the sailors and shit have been actually sabotaging the toilet system, flushing T-shirts and shit like that down it to make it fuck up.
Yeah, so they can go home.
Yeah, I mean, look, when your own military is going, we don't want this fight, you know, and the military is always, down for a fight, right? But they didn't sign up for Israel, you know. I got 3 places flashing red right now on the pizza alert. Let me bring that up. The
Yeah,
Pentagon Pizza Index. Okay, it says nothing ever happens. That's where we're at. We're at DOCON 4. But you see these 3 here? The Russia-Ukraine thing is flashing. That's at high alert. USA, Iran is at high alert. You can see that it's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. I'm used to it automatically adding it, and I changed that. Okay, so we got these 3 are flashing. And this is USA, Venezuela. You see that the concern has gone down considerably over the time. Same thing with the Iran because the shitter's broken, but I guess they're going to have to go to Greece to fix the shitters.
What about Cuba? Where's Cuba at?
They don't have anything going on with Cuba right now.
I
got
think that's
China,
right around
Taiwan. That's de-escalated quite a bit.
Yeah.
The 3 hot ones are Russia, Ukraine, USA, Iran, and USA, Venezuela. Oh, the little pointer's a pizza slice now.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's see what the gay bars got going on. Freddy's Beach Bar is 31% quieter.
It was booming the other day. It was booming. It was as high as it's been yesterday. Freddy's.
And the little gay pubs closed. So it's very important to know the thing for this. And if anybody wants to have a link to the pizza index and read about what it exactly is, we've gone over it a few times on here, that the Russians were actually using the frequency of pizza deliveries to the Pentagon as indications as to where strategies and things were being planned, because they'd be ordering pizza to their.
Yeah, we only use the highest tech, internet tech, to get this information out to you.
Yeah.
Soul Unchained Mind.
I think it's pretty creative though, because it's proven to be a pretty accurate indicator.
Yep.
You know, and the fact that they had the gay bars, there's that many gay people, and that would be an indicator. I mean, I've said it before. DC's gay as hell, man. That whole place is gay.
Is it GAY or GHEY?
It depends on what region you're from. Is it Target or Target? Depends on your income level, right? That's all. We found some pretty cool shit here too. Yes, I know I'm not verified because I'm not going to pay you money. Fucker.
Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no.
I know no square. You can touch the biscuit though.
Yes.
Anytime you want, you can touch that biscuit.
Oh, I went over to KFC and got something. Guess what I'm having tomorrow morning for breakfast?
Biscuits and honey sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, that's it right there. That's it.
I went over there and didn't even buy anything. Just walked in and grabbed giving me a handful of honey sauce of like 8 packets.
Oh, I heard somebody refer to the State of the Union address as the Forgettysburg address.
Forgettysburg. Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of slick.
Hey, I thought I was grabbing some honey sauce once I got my hand slapped.
Oh, you better go. You and
Andrew.
You and Andrew need to start up a self-help group, man. Perverts.
Well, listen, I talked to Andrew a while ago, and he's in recovery and he's improving daily.
As he came to believe that he was powerless over the biscuit.
Yeah, BA.
Biscuit Eaters Anonymous. What was that thing I heard today? It says, "I see your camel toe." It was like Coco. It was Kokomo, but the guy was singing it like this is. Oh my God, going through all the slang names for it and shit. It works. I might have it saved.
So y'all don't think Satan created his own people? He's been around since the beginning of humanity. Y'all don't think he created his own people through his own bloodline, then gave them free reign over the earth to do wicked and vile things and carry out the will of Satan rather than the will of God? Y'all don't think that that happened? Maybe that's why in Revelation 2:9, Jesus calls these people who pretended they are Jews, which is exactly what Satan would do. He would create his own race of people or his own people with his bloodline and counterfeit them being God's people because he counterfeits himself being God. Isn't that interesting? Revelation 2:9, it says, I know thy tribulation and thy poverty, but you are rich, and the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, and they are not, but they are of the synagogue of Satan. Yes, they are of the synagogue of Satan. He has absolutely tricked the world into believing that those people who became a nation in 1948, who came from Poland and other European countries, are the true Jews. Like, this is insane to me, that people don't actually believe this. I mean, has anybody read the Talmud and what it says about us people who are like Goyim or Gentiles? Basically the way that they spoke in the Epstein files. These are a counterfeit people group. They're counterfeit. And I genuinely would not be surprised if they had the DNA of Satan in their veins. 110%. 110%.
How would you test that out, though? How do we have a sample?
I know how I tested it out, or what I thought. I thought it for a while is that, what he's saying about Satan and the creation is, and some part of me believes that to an extent. My opinion is because we're all made up of left-hand aminos, and Christ sits at the right hand of God. And I believe that if we were created by the right hand of God, we would be created with right-hand aminos, but we're all left-handed aminos.
Well, and there again, that's born out of a myth of left-handedness, which doesn't really carry any weight. Actually, what you find is people that are left-handed are actually more creative. They're more.
No, I'm talking about amino acids. Amino acids.
What do you mean by What do you mean by left-handed amino acids?
Because if they're left-handed, I mean, you can Google it if you want.
Well, what does that mean? They don't even have hands.
I don't know. It's scientific.
Oh, that should tell you right off. That should tell you right off the bat they're most likely full of shit.
It says, I looked it up.
Yeah.
It says all 20 amino acids forming the foundation of life on Earth are left-handed L isomer in their molecular structure, a phenomenon known as chirality. Says while right-handed D amino acids versions exist, they're rare in biological systems. This L form preference potentially derived from early solar system.
Okay. Well, see, this is what I'm trying to get. What is there something about their structure that decides whether it's left or right, or I can't put a whole lot of stock into that.
Yeah. And of course, when you look at the thing on the bottom, it says research developments. It says recent studies from NASA's Bennu mission. So yeah, it's crap.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
And the other thing too,
but how would you be able to tell if it was Satan's DNA? If it was Lucifer's DNA, how would you know? Do we have a sample of Lucifer's
Yeah, where's the answer? Where's the answer key for all this information to know if we're right or not?
Right. Can we get the teacher's test?
And the other thing too, earlier, I just wanted to jump just for a second. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. You mentioned Bear. Bear had a big thing to do with the Germans and pre-World War II.
Bear, yeah.
IG Farben was the base company.
Yeah.
And
when I was stationed in a town outside of Frankfurt. It was called Höchst. Okay. And it's called that. And the biggest industry there is Höchst Pharmaceutical, which is part of Bayer. And that whole area was never bombed.
Yeah.
They knew what the factory was.
Yeah.
They never bombed it. Never once. IV Farben never bombed it once. It sits right there on the Mainz River in Frankfurt. Never once bombed.
It says IG Farben was dismantled in 1951, so it actually ran even after the war was over, all the way into the 50s. And then it says it was reincorporated as Farben Fabriken Bayer AG.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that a lot of those companies that ended up walking away from the war and didn't get touched, car companies, and now things that they made shit back in the day. The company Adidas made the original company made bazookas. Mitsubishi, the car company, made engines for the Zeros and Japanese.
Yeah, they made the fighter, the Mitsubishi Zero. The was it the A6M?
Yep, and
was their
IBM was the first supposed cataloging of the tattoo stamps. They were the first ones doing the arm stamps supposedly that they say happened.
The first computer was actually invented in the 1890s by a guy named Charles Babbage, and it was the technology like punch cards.
Yeah. And is that the mechanical one? Is that the one that has all the rotors on it? Me and Roger did like half a show on those machines.
Yeah, that's like back in the day. You might even remember you'd get like an electric bill, and it was just like it was a punch card.
Yeah,
basically it was about that big. It was a punch card, and one corner of it cut off, and it would say "Do not fold, spindle, or mutilate" on it. And when you took that to your electric company, they would, to pay the bill or whatever, they would run that in this machine, and it would come up with the total and everything on there for you. People got their paychecks like that too. They were done because the banks were using those punch card shit. I remember those.
It's basically a giant counting machine.
Yeah.
Me and
Mechanical
Roger,
abacus.
there's only one left. His son, after he died, his son took over. His son took over the project of that last one that he was trying to build. That was supposed
Babbage?
to be, Babbage's son. And there's only one. I think there's replicas now too. There's people that have actually replicated, because he had full diagram plans on how it was built, how it worked, everything. And people started to make replicas of it. I think in the 90s, there was a few replicas made. But his son created the one that he was working on when he died. And it's in some museum somewhere. It's gigantic. It's the size of like literally your kitchen. It's gigantic. It's like just to count numbers, just to give you number calculations. Basically a mechanical computer.
There was a machine.
A mechanical calculator.
Yeah, there was a machine, a comptrometer, I think they called it. And there was like in the 50s, there was like a lot of girls going to school for that, learning comptometry. And it was this machine that you pull this lever.
Yeah. And is that where the word comptroller comes from?
I think it is. It's hard to tell what the hell.
I put a picture of that machine in the back so you can see how massive it is.
Oh, it was gargantuan. But look where they've gone to with this technology now, though. This is crazy. Because you can actually do this now.
It is absolutely vital that you know this, especially if you have kids. There's now technology that will allow you to look at the background of any photo that you take and then reverse image search that on Google Earth to find out where the exact location that photo was taken. So if you look at this one, this kid was just on the street playing in his front yard. You couldn't even see the house. But Google Earth pulled up the exact street that he was on and the exact fence and the driveway that was in his background of that image. This is how people like Epstein had the technology to find kids anywhere. This is the same thing that they did with Life Touch. You know, that company that would come to our elementary schools and took photos of us when we were 6 years old? Well, this whole company was made so that people like Epstein could pick out the kids that they wanted out of a whole catalog, the school yearbook, and then track them down from their photos that their parents would post on Facebook and social media, and they could track their exact location using that program in Google Earth.
Yeah,
Wow.
doesn't surprise me.
Well,
I mean,
they're in the Amber Alert system. They're in the CPS. They're in all those positions.
Yep. They're looking for genetic traits, and that's what they do.
It's a network, man.
Yep. Genetic
Fucking
traits. And
network.
I think I think when all those companies started to pop up with that wanted to send us your DNA and we'll tell you where you're from and we'll tell you your history. I think those was a cataloging of people's DNA who, so they could look for certain patterns, genes, whatever you want to call it in the DNA.
They're looking for somebody specific.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're looking for certain traits so they could mix traits to get
maybe
to build something, like building a hot rod. That's what they're trying to do.
Or take them to have you been keeping up with shit on Candace Owens lately?
I don't watch Candace Owens. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to just because now I kind of see through it, like the whole Candace and the kid with the stupid beanie and all those. I don't watch any of them, but if I see something,
Tim Pool, I can't stand that guy. Well, what she's uncovered here so far, the shit she's uncovered on this Erica Kirk, that shows that her whole intention with Charlie was nothing but nefarious from the beginning, tied to trafficking rings, which is also being tied to Mormons.
So maybe she was kind of steered towards him to derail what he was saying in the early days.
No, to be able to take it over, man.
Yeah, take it over. But I mean, initially, when you think about how that op would have to happen, she would have to play off something. She's an actor, so.
Well, yeah. Well, she would be like, she was always wanting to be with somebody that is gonna be somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this shows in her past dating, this guy's going to be in the MLB, or we could be on this show together.
She wasn't gonna marry a plumber.
Right. And as far as looks are concerned, it's not her usual fare at all. So there's a lot involved with that. But she went to a school that's called a Tesseract school.
Oh,
a looking glass project.
I'm gonna look at that.
And if you recall, many of us have read a book called A Wrinkle in Time, and they talk about the Tesseract in the looking glass, and it's like, what the fuck was they doing? This was like for gifted kids, or like a program to mold kids into a certain way, and she was part of that too. That's like, I have a friend in Arizona, and I've known this for a few years now, that he'd had some trouble, domestic trouble, and he was accused of abusing the kids, and he hadn't. It was the wife. And I was like, hold on a second. This is starting to sound really familiar, but there was also some shit about them being tied with some really weird groups and shit. So I asked him today, because I'm looking at this Mormon connection, because I didn't know. When you think Mormon, what area of the world do you think of? Utah. There's an ass load of them all over Arizona too, man. They're all over Arizona.
They are. There's a place called Mormon Lake up there where they first found it.
And around Glendale and all of there. Yeah. And apparently her grandfather was tied in with that. And there was also, I'm just seeing these little things about Mormons coming up here, coming up there. And why was Epstein having meetings with the head of the fucking Mormon church? And what's going on? What is really going on here?
It's a private school too.
Yeah.
You got to pay.
But it's like everything that they uncover on this broad is just like lie upon lie upon lie upon lie.
Yeah,
upon lie.
You could tell that she's kind of a gold digger. You could
Oh
tell
my
that
God! Did you see her at the address at the State of the Union?
Yeah.
As soon as they mentioned, she's just sitting there, chilling in their chair, and as soon as they mention Charlie Kirk, up comes her little thing to dab the wrong corner of her fucking eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Man, I just imagine though, for the rest of your life, you have to play that. You have to play that role every time. Everywhere you go.
Nobody's buying it, man.
I
Nobody's
know, but she
buying it.
has to do it. She doesn't have
Yeah.
a choice. She has to do it, to maintain. Like, think about that for a second. Like, wow, yeah, I have to play this stupid role forever now.
Maybe she could change her identity and she could get in Epstein's chair and do dinner work and everything, get a new facelift and become somebody else. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she look at what she got from all that horse shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what she gained. I mean, how long before TP Toilet Paper USA gets bought out, or and she walks away from that whole thing and says, "All right, good. I don't have to pat my eyes like I'm crying every 10 seconds."
And she can go back to gold digging. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the money will go to some, who's some connection. I mean, that's just as how all this shit works anyway.
Yeah. Well, she could take a page from Duffy. He's already hitting us up again for more
Oh
money.
my God, that guy! Jesus Christ! Just when you thought he was gone, here he comes back. It's like Friday the 13th.
Hand wringing, lots of hand wringing.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of.
I don't want to say what OA just said. Touch the penis, USA.
Penises, USA. Whenever I hear TP, I always think toilet paper. Toilet paper, USA.
Updoots missed it. Yeah, he's got another GoFundMe for 50 grand to make a 4-part documentary out of the final experiment. Yeah.
And little does he know, nobody fucking cares.
Nobody gives two shits about any of it. It didn't change anything. It didn't prove anything. And all it did was muddy the water and wreck and pull two people out of this whole FE thing that we didn't have any use for at that point anyway. So they did us a favor.
Yeah. Oh, there's Aleister Crowley on the screen. I did a documentary on him. It was he was really a Quaker to begin with. He was like this saint, dude. He was raised in a Quaker home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did he make?
Then he started getting really bad. He started. Did you go over his poetry at all?
No, I didn't get that far in the documentary. I was afraid to get
Lordy. Look up you can find it on Google. He wrote a poem called Celia's Farts.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a great one. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
That sounds like classy right there, I'm telling you.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. It's in the back.
Okay.
I'm like a laser.
He's on it. Yeah, it says, when Celia comes, 'tis earthquake hour. The bed vibrates like kettle drums. It is a grand display of power when Celia comes. When Celia farts, my hasty nose sniffs up the fragrance from her pants. Shamed are the violets and the rose when Celia farts. And up exhales a greasy stench for which you curse the careless wench. So things which must not be expressed, when plumped into the reeking chest, send up an excremental smell to taint the parts from whence they fell. The petticoats and gown perfume which waft a stink round every room, thus finishing his grand surrey. Disgusted Stephen stole away, repeating in this amorous fits, "Oh, Celia, Celia, Celia shits."
Oh boy. Yeah.
It's Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
That's something we can all resonate with.
Yeah.
One of the things that was going on was with these rituals that were being performed in the desert of the Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
Opening portals. Jack Parsons and the OTO, when they were trying to bring forth the moon child.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
when I remember the documentary, he was actually a part of the Golden Dawn too.
Yeah.
I subscribed to them for a while on Facebook, but I have yet to go back to it.
So if one of these shows, we got to do that record from the early 60s, the Myron Fagan record, talking about the crux of the Illuminati.
Oh yeah.
We got to do that one, because I don't think a lot of the people in chat have ever heard that.
They were opening each other's buttholes. Yeah, probably. It's interesting.
Yeah, that was definitely not the feel good poem of the week.
Well, it was to him. Apparently, he was quite enamored by by this woman's farts. Wow. Sick motherfucker. Anyway.
These two things are the same and you have no idea how dark this really gets. Don't shoot the messenger, but there is a person on this earth right now that was created with witchcraft, summoning the most powerful demons that you could even imagine. You think all these synchronicities we live in are coincidental? You're living in a movie. I'll prove it.
I just made a discovery that will shock you to your core. All of humanity is about to stand in awe at this final moment. And no, I'm not exaggerating, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Did you know that life as you know it right now was manifested in the 40s and in the 30s, even in the 20s, of satanic rituals done in the California desert by some of the biggest names in the world? Walt Disney, L. Ron Hubbard, Jack Parsons, the father of our modern rocket technology, which he got from a weird source, by the way. We'll get into that. And so many more, because the secret is not so secret, even though you don't know what it is. Aleister Crowley, Walt Disney, Jack Parsons, they were all friends. Half of them worked for our own government. But what in the world were they doing? I had to block out a word right here. A word that has to do with
sex magicians.
Intimacy. They were using intimate rituals to do Babylonian workings, to bring forth a moonchild to rule the world. A moonchild conceived of nothing but witchcraft. Literal demons and fallen angels were talking with these people, and they recorded every single word. And this moonchild, he will enter the stage given power as the chosen one, and he will rule with a hand of liberty. But we'll get back to that. So first off, how was Jack Parsons able to get this technology that none of us ever knew? Well, Jack Parsons learned a whole bunch from Aleister Crowley, who they call the Beast. He was also the first person to come in contact with a Grey that he actually summoned. And all of these different guys were opening portals in the desert. When did the Area 51 thing happen? After they were opening these portals. These Greys have a lot more to do with everything than you really know. And I did tell you that Jack Parsons was working for the U.S. government. Meanwhile, in talks with demons and fallen angels and doing this intimate magic in the middle of the desert. So why were the government's fingers in this? Because the government was awaiting a savior. And their savior looks like a man, but he has a very, very, very old spirit. Like most other visionaries, these people get their information and their technology from divination, higher sources bigger than they are. They go to energetic ley lines, they draw sigils, and they do magic incantations, and they summon devils. The funniest part about it is most of the world thinks that demons and fallen angels don't exist, but the highest up in the government talks to them, and they have documented it. And it is really crazy the way it all connects. Like, we have Dr. Werner von Braun, a tale of Project Mars, right? Of course, being the L, like the Elon, at Mars. And of course, we have that same guy being at a very high place in this world right now. But this is not about him. But I know you are dying to hear who this moonchild is. So let's get back to the Babylonian working. The moonchild was a thought conceived from the devil himself to Aleister Crowley. And this Babylonian working was basically the final key to get everything to lay out perfectly. The Babylon working, not the moonchild, was a set of rituals taking place from January to March 1946. It was a closing ceremony, if you will, for what was to come and what may be here now, where they documented how they conjured up these demons and these spirits, what they said, and all of that stuff. And these kings of darkness would literally speak to these people, Jack Parsons and all of them, and they wrote down what they said. Therefore I, the Antichrist, call upon the chosen and the elect upon all men. Come forth now in the name of liberty, that we may be forever, get rid of the tyranny of the Black Brotherhood. Get rid of the tyranny of the Black Brotherhood? What is that? Well, the Antichrist spirit that's talking to him told him already, it's Christianity. What a mighty fine inversion, isn't it? Their entire goal with the moonchild, with everything, was to put an end to Christianity. Y'all do understand that the people summoning these demons and the devil themselves and even the spirit of Babylon, you do understand they're highly respected people, right? Just making sure. So the chosen one will come in the name of liberty and free us from the tyranny of the Black Brotherhood. Now, I'm not showing you close to anything. I don't want to dabble too far in the words of demons themselves. But I can give you a list of who they talk to. They talk to Isis. They talk to Pan. All in these same rituals. They talk to the spirit of Babylon, that same girl they saw on the back of that beast. You know what the Bible calls it, right? The W word. They talked to every ruling demon since the beginning of the world, the very biggest names. They were present with these people, telling them how to proceed. You gotta block over that. But this was that woman that they were talking to, one of them. Do you remember in Revelations when John wandered after this beast right behind me? And the angel's like, what are you doing, John? Then they told him just how evil she really was, drunken on the blood of that pesky Black Brotherhood. And so from January to March, they were working on their rituals, making sure everything was fine for the arrival of the Moonchild, which was thought of and started working on months prior. Because remember, the beginning thoughts of this Moonchild were in 1929. The rituals that led up to this Moonchild were rituals to make sure the reincarnation or the carnation could enter the body as that spirit being evil. So who is this Moonchild? Y'all really gonna hate me. But I will follow the information wherever it leads, regardless. If I would not, I would never learn a thing. So after the conceiving of this Moonchild, after months and months of rituals to open portals to get everything aligned in the spiritual, 2 months after all the portals were open, all the rituals were done, we have the June 14th, 1946 lunar eclipse. Remember, the conceiving of the Moonchild happened before the Babylonian rituals. So those rituals were to bring forth, first off, the reincarnation of Babylon back to America. Second, to open the door for basically the devil to inhabit a child. So who is that child? The chosen one that brings liberty in his hand. June 14, 1946. June 14, 1946. A lot of people have a habit of just getting mad at the messenger, like, I'm the one who did these rituals in the desert. But I'm not. I'm just the one giving you the information. I know he's doing good things. Yes, I did that. But it was written in the 20s and the 40s and out the mouth of demons that the Moonchild will be chosen and he would lead, and through liberty he would have his way. And the fact that they're all connected to the L. Y'all, that's a lot of coincidences to look past. And you want to know the craziest part of all of it? It is said that the one who opened the portal, being Jack Parsons, has to be the person to close the portal. And Jack Parsons unexpectedly passed away.
Unexpectedly blew himself up.
Meaning that the portal that he opened to allow all this demonic wickedness in is still open to this day. Can anybody say Dior bags? It's a lot to think about, I know. And yeah, I could be wrong. But again, that's an awful lot of coincidences. And I don't believe in coincidence. I think we very well may just be at the very end. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Let me know what your thoughts are in.
You know where.
Yeah, I know what happened to Jack Parsons. If you don't, you ain't read into it.
Yeah, he blew up. Yeah, he was doing something in his little shed or whatever, and
found him in a big greasy pile of blood and guts.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, it's celestial body worship. They worship.
Yeah. Two things are this.
Yeah.
The one thing that I looked up was Stephen's reference in this. Stephen in the Bible mentions quote the star of your God, Remphan.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions the golden calf that Israel worshipped in Sinai. He then says that God turned away from them and gave them over to the worship of the sun, moon, and stars. Pay attention, Globers.
Yep.
Pay attention. You don't realize what you're doing.
I think some of
ignorant participants in a pagan religion.
You don't realize it.
Right, you never do.
I think McCoon knows what he's doing, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, I'm sure listen, I've said it before. I've known some people that had that mentality. They had it in them. They didn't care what they did to anybody, as long as they got ahead.
Yep.
If they could make money, there's always people that will do anything to make money, anything to get fame, anything to do that. You look at these TV stars, look at these look at these Hollywood elites, look at these people on the TV, look at these politicians. It's clear that these people had to do something to get there. They didn't get there on their looks. They didn't get there on their abilities. These people ain't bright, but they're useful idiots. So those are the type of people that they want. They want people that will do their bidding so that it doesn't go directly to somebody else, and they can push it on you. And you can make something from it and get some kind of, some kind of mojo or some, that's what these people live for. It's always that person who's willing to just say, sure, I'll push that kid over the, what do you call it? Sure, I'll drive my car into that thing. Like, there's people that will do it.
There's my man Terry in the audience.
Hey, Terry.
What's happening, Terry?
What's up, Terry?
Hey, Saab, remember the sermon he gave in Duffy's church, McToon?
Yeah.
He's like, your holy book. He make reference like,
he's
definitely, he's in the know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fools. These people think that, spending every minute of the day focusing on the sky is going to prove to anything onto their feet, but they have no clue what they're actually doing. They don't have a clue what they believe. They don't have a clue what they're conjuring up in their own lives.
They're part of the system. They're part of the system. They glom on to what the system tells them. They have an unwarranted adoration for academia, thinking it being the pinnacle of knowledge, when in fact it's there just to make you stupid. That's the reality of it. They go around like I got a Jordan Maxwell thing queued up, using the word Holocaust. They don't even know what the fuck the word Holocaust actually means. Well, here's Jordan Maxwell, rest his soul, to tell us.
I mean, how many Jews talk about the Holocaust and haven't got the faintest idea in the world what a Holocaust is? Oh, a Holocaust is a terrible tragedy. Oh, it's a big fire or something like that. It's terrible something. No. That's not what a Holocaust is. A Holocaust, according to the actual research documents, means a sacrificial, ritualistic burnt offering. When Abel and Cain and Abel in the Bible offered up a sacrifice to God, the word in the Hebrew Bible is they offered up their Holocaust to God. So a Holocaust is a ritualistic, sacrificial, burnt offering. Get it right. Why did the Jewish leaders in this country and around the world use the term Holocaust? Very interesting. I think that they are not telling us the whole story. I mean,
no kidding. Wow. Well, think about it. The name cost. There's like a holy cost. You're paying homage to burnt sacrifices to God. So that's basically what that was. A Holocaust was a sacrifice to Yahweh.
Cost is a word root derived from Greek. It means burnt. In Latin, caustum, meaning burnt, hot, or corrosive. It appears in terms related to burning or destruction, such as caustic, which is corrosive, burnt skin, destructive by fire is actually what Holocaust is listed as, destruction by fire.
That's Greek?
Yeah, it derives from Greek. The word cost, C-A-U-S-T, is Greek derived.
I was equivocating it to cost like it was a price you pay.
Yeah, there you go. The bomb.
Well, that would be C-O-S-T. C-A-U-S-T is actually the...
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
but I was just thinking it was a derivative of it or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like that thing where who's the guy that does that? He smashes the watermelons with the hammer.
Gallagher.
Gallagher does it with the T-O-M-B, no, B-O-M-B, bomb.
Yeah.
When he does that, it shows you how complicated English is. Oh,
you got what, rough and then through.
Yeah.
Put a T on the TH on the front of it. And now it's not anymore. It's silent. What the fuck? It's nuts. But here's an interesting thing. A lot of people don't know that the Rothschilds actually own the crown of England.
I knew that, I think.
British royal family has been flat-lie royal since 1840. Explain that. Flat-lie royal means illegitimate, not allowed on the throne. So, from the Battle of Waterloo, the British royal family lost all their money and they've been funded by the Rothschilds in exchange for breeding rights. So the Rothschilds had the breeding rights to the British royal family from 1819 to 2019.
So what was the purpose of the Rothschilds needing this?
The British royal family were virtually bankrupt from 1815. So the Rothschilds funded the British royal family in exchange for the Rothschilds breeding the royals. So the whole British royal family are Rothschild Batards. And Batard is the royal name for bastard. So what I did in my legal documents is I exposed King George V of England as being sired by Tsar Alexander III of Russia, and I exposed Queen Elizabeth II as sired by artificial insemination by Winston Churchill, who was actually the illegitimate son of King Edward VII.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Breeding right.
Winston Churchill was a product of that.
No.
Well, yeah, he sowed his seed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not in the usual way.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're told that it might have been in the usual way, artificial insemination. I don't think Churchill was ever sober enough to get a boner, tell you the truth.
Yeah, but he'll fight on the beaches. He'll fight on the shores.
He'd be so drunk that those radio chats that he'd do, those radio addresses,
yeah,
most of the time it was a stand-in doing him, impersonating him because he was too drunk to give the speech. He was a piece of dirt. He was a piece of dirt. They ousted the guy that was, going to have a peace agreement with Germany and shit. They ousted him and put Churchill in there, who was a complete. Well, he was like Ladybug.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, what's it? Lindsey Graham. Get that war boner,
War boner and conservative as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember what I was saying about those Navy guys are sabotaging the toilets? They deserve a medal. They deserve a medal.
I know from my sources in the Navy that sailors actually took undershirts and stuffed them into the toilets to cause them to back up.
What?
I know that the crew's very, very unhappy with being at sea now for 10 months. And before this is over, it will have been a year. They went to Suda Bay. I think they tried to address some of this. And now they've pulled out of Suda Bay after 48 hours or a little more than that to repair things. But you're talking about something else that's hugely important. I don't want to go into great detail, but logistics in the region is very problematic right now. Places we formerly were able to utilize, we can't because of the Huckabee interview, frankly. That particular revelation has turned almost everybody against us in the region. So the Navy is now looking as far away as India and ports there that they can go to as required.
Well, that's not good.
So I said earlier, World War III may have been averted by some shit. Literally.
Yeah. I was listening to a newscast on this. Like they were just telling you, they're like, there's only one. It was bad design. There's only one working toilet on the whole. It was an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, Gerald Ford. The Gerald Ford's got 45-minute bathroom queues.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It made the mainstream news. They didn't say that they sabotaged it, but yeah.
Well, they did. I had heard some news reports of that there were actually some what they're called HTs, hold technicians. Right. And basically it's, I guess, a glorified name for sewage treatment guy. And there's stuff in it said they were, that they're sabotaging their efforts to fix it.
Nice.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they can't find a port that'll actually take them in neither. That's really funny.
That's all because of that Tucker Carlson interview.
Huckabee.
Yeah, Huckabee, he pinned Huckabee down and said, hey, what about they're wanting to take all this land, and have all that? And he says, it'd be fine if they took it. And so the people that land belongs to now is going, whoa, what the fuck did you just say? What?
Well,
it'd be fine if they just take it. You're down. That's the United States position, is that it would be fine. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, mutiny. Absolutely, Scotty.
Nailed it.
Absolutely.
It just rolls over when Israel says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's He's on his knees in place of Trump when he's not in Washington. See,
Yeah.
Sick fucking people, man. I'm telling you. If I really could say what I want to on here, oh man, if I did it, they'd cut this fucking stream and I'd lose my channel. I guarantee it.
So a lot of people are seeing this video going around with this House of Representative woman from Kentucky, Sarah Stalker, talking about I actually don't feel good about being white every single fucking day. I think white children need to know that they have privilege and they should feel bad about it. Come to find out that this bitch ain't even really white. She's a fucking Jew. And this is the shit that makes Jews dangerous. Because what they'll fucking do is they will shapeshift into a white person, push anti-white agendas to all the other races, by the way, black people, Latinos, Asians. Oh, look, being white is bad. We have all this privilege, yada, yada, yada. This makes the other races be like, oh, yeah, fuck white people. We hate white people. We want to see bad shit happen to them. Come to find out that this bitch ain't even really white. Because when the going actually gets tough for white people, she'll be like, oh, wait, I'm actually a Jew, guys. I'm with y'all. I'm a minority. Remember Nazi Germany? And this is how they escape any issues, right? Because you'll have guys like Ben Shapiro too. You ask Ben Shapiro, "Hey man, where you from, man? What race are you?" Like, "Oh, well, you think about it. I'm white. Some people say I'm Jewish, but I'm white." You see what they'll do? They'll do that shit because they know. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I'm white to push any agendas against white people, but then I'm also Jewish to also protect myself in the fucking homeland. And this is the shit that we're aware of now. They can't get away with this shit anymore. We see it through the fucking games.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time though.
Oh yeah. That's where the whole thing about shape-shifting comes from, the Chinese called them the name stealers of the West, and the people in the West called them the name stealers in the East. They would kill people and assume their identity. They didn't have photo IDs.
That's ghoulish, dude. That really is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Remember how we've talked about the time? How it seems like, it'd be one thing. I'd say, well, it's just relative. I just feel like it's moving faster. But then other people are noticing it too. And I'm going, okay, so it's not just me. And it's not just older people. It's younger people are noticing it too. Well, this guy found out that his analog clocks are not syncing the same as the digital clocks.
Well, call Einstein quick.
No, don't. Why? So he can read something to us?
Yeah.
The man never did speak. Only time you ever see him speaking, he's reading some shit, and poorly. Like he didn't even write it.
Makes sense.
Right. So peep this. They're messing with time. And I don't just mean time in regard to they put us on a 12-month calendar taking us away from the 13-month lunar cycle. I mean actual physical time. Now, I wear movement watches most of the time, meaning it doesn't need to be set, doesn't need batteries, anything like that. But I also do rock regular analog watches. Now, a while ago, I noticed that my watches weren't matching the time on my phone or my car or any digital time, right? So I was resetting them for a while. Now, currently, my movement watches are way off. But a week ago, I went and put a brand new battery in one of my just regular wristwatches that, again, analog, not digital. And I want to show you guys something real quick. So that says what? 11:07, right? Both my phone and my car read 11:10. Now that is minutes of difference just in the last week alone. Now, this is, like I said, in a little experiment you guys can do on your own. Get an analog clock of any kind, a watch or whatever, set it to the time on your phone or any digital time, and watch over the course of a week how much that changes. Now, what is the purpose of them speeding up time? Honestly, I have no idea, but it's very fascinating. You can do this at home on your own and check this out. And I think it's about time we just start going with sun comes up and sun comes down. Let me know what you guys think. Be safe, be smart, take care of each other, always making the right choices. And as always, I love you guys. Jeffrey out.
Yeah, sun up, sun down makes sense to me.
And that's how they used to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm like, I can't believe tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah,
You
you've
know,
been off all week. Where you been, Sav?
oh, working.
I hear
You know, mostly, yeah, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get up. I have to be down here kind of early tomorrow. I don't want to have to, get off the show, then, do all of my regular normal shit and go to bed. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed about 11 o'clock, so I get plenty of sleep. So that's basically what I've been doing. But I mean, it's just like, well, shit, it's almost March. I mean, 2 more days, and what the fuck is going on with the time? See, that's what I'm saying. It's like it just don't make any damn sense to me how that can be. And like Terry said in the chat that the shortening of days. I believe we're in that.
Well,
Maybe.
didn't they initially shorten the months at one point? Didn't they fix it and add more months and then change it again back? Because I know Russia works on a different calendar than we do.
Yeah, I did a show on that actually. The corporations of the world back before the UN was founded, they wanted to set everybody at a 13-month calendar.
Yeah, do you remember that thing from Kodak? The Kodak thing where it showed the friggin' calendar and it had equal days in every month, 28 days.
28 days.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Kodak was actually using it on their film for a long time.
This right here, I got this from Tamara Cheville. She sent this to me.
Nice.
And it's 13-month calendar.
Yeah, 28 days in every month. So
It starts with April. This one, of course, is from 2025. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on.
Because of the color.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll fix it.
Turn the chroma key off quick.
Oh, do you know how much I have to go through to do that? My God. But you can see this starts in April, but the year is 2025. All you got to do is scratch it off and put 2026.
Yeah, because it's all the same. You never have to buy another
Right,
calendar.
you never have
again.
to change it. You could actually have a dry erase calendar to mark things on.
So
It's got up in the corner the actual date, what we're using. But this right here, I think we should just go to using this.
Well, I mean, you'll have to. You can use it, but dealing with some other entities, you'll have to use the other calendar because they're working on that system.
No, I'm going to make them. I'm forcing them to capitulate.
There you go. Hold your ground.
That's going to be.
That's it.
No, it ain't the 28th. It's the 26th. And what are you talking about?
Yeah. Kodak was using it on their film for the for the dates, the expiration dates, and the what do you call it? So it was using it on the months, and you're like 13. It's like, wow, I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah. There's 13 constellations too. You didn't know that?
This is pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
the missing one.
The
Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is actually my birth sign.
Yeah, nice.
This is this particular month here, February, is the little thing at the top is about the giants.
Yeah.
It says the Smithsonian has been exposed for covering up the existence of giants. Their skeletal remains, architecture, and weapons are evidence of their hidden past, which has been found all over the realm.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty cool little calendar.
Well, I watched a documentary on them doing that. Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
That's what we should go back to. Make shit more simple. Get rid of AI. Stop having government.
Oh, listen, Sav, big calendar has to make sure that they have influence.
Big calendar. Yeah. Well, let's see. Do we want to go back to that one or do we want to have what background do we want? Let's pick a different background today.
Yeah. I got to get up early anyways today. I put my show off. I was going to do it later, but I got to get up early and go to work too, and I got to get my truck running. I had to put a camshaft sensor and the mechanism to go.
Yeah, those little sensors don't last long. You figure they're a pain to do too because of where they are. They didn't.
Well, they charge for them over the counter here is like $108.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I wouldn't ordered it. $34.
Well, there's, I guess, a big problem with getting auto parts now. I watched a video with this mechanic talking about it, that this one big company came in and bought up all the main suppliers, and now they've filed bankruptcy.
Well, most of the General Motors replacement part stuff's made in Mexico, so they're all their parts they're just Mexican made. And now the Chinese auto parts market is getting huge from the websites. There's all these websites that you can buy foreign auto parts for American cars. They're all Chinese. They're all made in China and Thailand and Vietnam, and they're extremely cheap, but their longevity is not really that great, or they have defects. So you have to be like one of those guys that can look at something and say, okay, I know what to look for if this is a sack, and you got this, order another one to send it back.
Haven't you heard, D-Man? Everything is made in China. Everything is made in China.
Well, I mean, even core chargers now. You buy a part. A lot of times they'll say, hey, bring your core back. And they want to take the pot back so they can send it somewhere else, and then it's rebuilt and resold at a high price. So I mean,
and Terry, yes, it did. The speed of the sun must match the clock. Yes, especially with using a 24-hour clock. So yeah, that's supposed to be like that, minus daylight savings and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Minus all the bullshit out of it.
Yeah,
the leap year and everything else to go with that too.
What wasn't Israel one of the countries that refused to change the calendar?
Because of their holidays.
Yeah, because they go by a lunar calendar.
Yeah.
Because they're loony.
Saturns.
Some conspiracy shit for y'all.
So now that you know the conspiracy theorists are right about basically everything, here's some.
I love hearing that. Basically, now that we know that the conspiracy theorists were right about damn near everything. Yeah, and that's right. I'm sitting there chalking it up all the time. I hear this shit coming out and people are going, oh, whoa. And I'm like, motherfuckers, you hear it out of that box and, it's a fact, Yeah. I try to tell it to you and show you the accompanying fucking documents. And you're, conspiracy theorists. Yeah.
Put your hat on.
Yeah. God damn.
Next, you're going to tell us JFK got killed. Yeah, okay.
So where's your hat at now? I know you got it laying around.
But I mean, just think about it.
It's inaccessible at the moment. I have a great big dog laying here on the floor between me and the closet. I only have access to my shithead hat.
Oh, nice.
And yes, I have a poop emoji hat.
So now that you know the conspiracy theorists are right about basically everything, here are some other facts that you need to accept. Dinosaurs are not real, but dragons are.
Boy.
Our sky is being sprayed with poison and nanobots. Climate change is not real, at least not in the way they tell you it is. They're just using it to limit your travel, tax you more, and sell you new products like electric vehicles. Fluoride is calcifying your pineal gland to disconnect you from the divine power within you. Cathedrals and other architectural wonders were not just buildings, they were part of a grid for free energy. Israel did 9/11. Bill Gates created ticks that can make you allergic to red meat. Viruses have never been proven in a lab. They're basically a boogeyman. All vaccines cause rates of illness to skyrocket. Yes, Susan, even the polio one. Government is just organized crime with a fancy name. The World Economic Forum talks about depopulating the earth. These are the people making decisions for your health. Hospitals literally kill people to harvest their organs and sell them on the black market. The Air Force has direct energy weapons, and they use them to create natural disasters so then they can take the land for dirt cheap. They also use geoengineering to create and control large storms for the same purpose. Modern farming is destroying the soil and leaving our food with little to no nutrients. If you go to most grocery stores, by the time your food makes it to the table, it has zero nutritional value. Either buy local or buy frozen. Seed oils cause heart problems, not butter and healthy fats. The runoff water from the chemical they use in nonstick pans causes birth defects and poisoned an entire community that lived near a DuPont facility. Watch the Devil We Know documentary. This is what you're cooking your food in. The government can use frequency manipulation to alter your brain waves. 5G and 6G were not created for faster phone service. People who live closer to electrical facilities and 5G towers have a higher likelihood of cancer. They're poisoning your food, air, water, and personal products because they want you to be gay and retarded. Conspiracy theorists don't tell you these things to make you depressed and nihilistic. We tell you so that you can make empowered decisions for yourself and your family. We don't get out of this mess by putting our fucking heads in the sand.
Oh, speaking of that, I just ran across a news story today. I put the link in the back. You should play it. This happened today.
What was it now? Say it again.
It was in the news. It came in. There's a guy. I'm not going to spoil it, though. It has to do with the organs thing.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is this the thing? Oh yeah, I saw this. The guy escaping.
That's messed up and everything. They found 4 more guys tied up in the basement, dude. Like, all right. What are they doing there? I don't want to know. Looking for organs.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They had whole facilities in Ukraine doing this shit.
Holy shit.
A 42-year-old mechanic escaped from a hospital in the northern United States in a state of panic, shouting, "They want to take my organs." At first, police believed he was delirious after a minor accident, but 2 hours later, a raid changed everything. The man, Mark Delcourt, was admitted for a minor injury, but his file had been altered to irrecoverable, and he was moved to a technical/maintenance wing. The doors were locked. The cameras were turned away. Mark heard 2 people whispering, "No family, we start tonight." In panic, he ripped out his IV, crawled into a ventilation duct, and escaped. Police thought he was still panicking, but Mark insisted there are more people alive in there. At 0047, a special tactical unit raided the basement. They found 4 patients strapped down, one lying on a table next to a tray of surgical tools stained with dried blood. Behind a false wall, they discovered a secret room containing 6 unregistered medical refrigerators and 28 files marked with a red X. The American public is in shock. A hospital, supposedly the safest place, suddenly appears to be the most dangerous for patients without family by their side.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that here.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Back. Yeah, listen, man, it's everything is upside down. Everything is fucking upside down, 100%. Places that you think are like the police are supposed to protect you. No, they're there to fuck you. Yeah, child protective services are actually child abduction services. All of this shit, everything. Picture day at school is, cataloging kids for pedophiles. Holy fucking gee, I just can't get over how everything's backwards, upside down. 100%.
It's the intent is what pissed you off. It's the intent.
Yeah.
It's their intent. And to do it like kind of in your face, like, yo, so what? It's your money that they're doing it with too, which is even more blood boiling.
Yeah, you'll figure.
Well, I'll tell you, some of these, I guess, lower level people are getting hit up. This was John Bernard Carews. He's supposedly some celebrity, and he was on the
same files.
He's on them, and he was denying it. He was denying it. That's what was so crazy. He got busted in real time. This is so cool.
You weren't ever on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
No. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. I've never been on his plane. I want to put these rumors to bed. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know him. I don't want to be connected to this.
Well, these images have just been released, and it clearly shows you pictured with Jeffrey Epstein multiple times. What's going on there?
I've never seen those images before. This is the first time I'm seeing them. Now that I recall, I may have flown on his plane once, but he was just a financier. He was just a businessman, and we were just doing business.
You weren't.
Sure you were.
That was a quick flip. Thank you.
I might have been there.
Oh yeah, wait. Now that you showed me 15 pictures of me in different locations with him with my arm around his fucking shoulder.
I'm surprised they didn't go to the national news, the national weather report immediately. Okay, let's go to weather.
Well, here's the Chinese. Is this Chinese or NASA? I can't. This is NASA because the Chinese always forget to make the Earth round.
Yeah.
Watch this guy. He's got 3 legs, man.
Clear is clear. Copy that. I'm anchored and starting the handoff now. Tether looks good.
Yeah. Oh God, that was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Clear is clear. Copy that. I'm anchored and starting the handoff now. Tether looks good.
He got a leg coming out of his butt.
Yeah, the girls must love him. The third leg. Yeah.
Oh man, our fittest flat earther guy.
He's back.
Yeah, he did a pretty good one. It was on these different waters, like you buy bottled water and shit.
Okay, yeah.
And he bought a fluoride tester.
Yeah, smart.
A purity tester he bought, and he tested these different waters out, and this was fucking crazy. You've
Is
seen
it like
the one
strip style where they put the strip?
No, it's electric. It's electric.
Yeah, he's got a probe. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I saw this shit in the store and I was like, what in the fuck? Who would be dumb enough to buy something and drink it that's literally labeled liquid death?
Well, yeah, that's Steve-O's sponsor, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He does that Javi podcast.
Yeah, the
I
Wild
watch it
Ride.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
God. But this was astounding. Even the ones you'd think that were, good.
Why not call it liquid life?
What?
Yeah.
Why not
Water
call
life.
it liquid opposite of death?
There you go.
Well, let's not forget that Japanese scientist too, that was doing those. Yeah, where you write shit on the outside of a container and what it does to the structure of the water.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to get when you write liquid death on the container your water's in, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's gonna be good for you.
Do you know how I always say they put the truth right in plain sight? Well, I decided to test it out. And if they're telling us the truth in plain sight, I figured I'd test it out against smart water.
It's changing the color of it.
Yeah, just bring out the impurities, and
It almost looks like beer on the left.
I know. That's that liquid death shit.
Seems like it's a safe bet to say it might be a little smarter to choose the smart over the death. Next, I decided to test the water from Fiji and the French Alps. Do you know what Evian spells backwards?
Naive.
It's naive for those of you that are a little slow. Mountain water, Fiji. Versus Evian.
Evian's gonna be the worst. Naive.
It's green. Look at that.
That's just the heavy metals that are in it.
Boy, those French Alps sure are tainted.
Tainted.
But let me
And
ask
just
you
to point
this.
out, yellow is an indicator of fluoride, and that is all sorts of metals. Lastly, I decided to test the water I drink most, distilled versus the other water I drink most, from the Epic water filter that I drink mostly. Good old distilled water. And Epic water filters, which is what I normally drink out of. It's supposed to get all the F out. We'll see how it does. Wish me luck. I'm not gonna lie here. I'm extremely disappointed. I literally just been putting Florida tap water in here, thinking that this company is legit. What a joke. Distilled for the win, people. 100%. Crystal clear. None of the others have been. I would say smart water is probably your second best choice. Or get yourself a reverse osmosis water filter. To think, this has been my go-to for a year. Can't trust the companies, especially when they sell this on Amazon. You know what, though, if you want one of these, I did get it on Amazon. I don't support them. But when you can use them to fight them, damn, this does nothing. This is almost as bad as just straight up tap water. What a joke. Look at this. What an absolute joke. I tested the Florida tap water, and it literally wasn't that bad. So this piece of crap water filter is literally making Florida tap water worse. How is that even possible? I just got a brand new filter. This is what I give my dogs on a daily basis. I feel terrible. Now, besides for drinking out of plastic, there is only one way to go if you don't want any of this or the yellow stuff. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes, people. They would never just tell us the truth right in plain sight, and they would never advertise falsely. No, never. The powers that be would never advertise falsely. Entertainment only. Oh, and if there's a brand you want me to test out, put it in the comments. Good luck.
Hey, you can get one of those tests for like $30, I think.
Yeah, I've seen the ones with the test strips where you drop them down in the and you pull the strip out, and it has a graph that goes along a number of with numbers on it that tells you the amount that's in there.
Yeah, those.
It's a test acidity. To test acidity. You can even, they have the ones you can put in your mouth too. It'll even test your pH. pH tester. The water up here is actually really good. I mean, we got well water, so it's running off the mountain.
Yeah, but I guarantee you there's a bear up the creek from you somewhere.
Shit somewhere out there.
Yeah, but as long as it's going over stony water, it'll purify it.
Yeah, well. So
Sometimes,
I had a well when I was a kid. We went out on the farm.
I'm crazy far from anything too. So there's no city anything up here. It's just everything you got is well, or
We got I wouldn't dare take nothing out of the Shenandoah River. We got Merck upstream.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we got water towers here, and they're just as bad. Water towers add tons of stuff to there.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah. I don't drink tap water for nothing. It's like we when we drink water, it's with the we've got one of those coolers, like you see in an office building.
Yeah.
With the big bottles of water on top of it. The only pain in the ass is lifting that big ass bottle of water and putting it on there.
I got one of those too at the house, and we use the empties for change.
You careful, you'll get it to a point you won't be able to fucking move it.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
I knew there was this around here. There was somebody had one of those in their house, and somebody broke into their house, and somebody tried to steal that, and they dropped it on the porch outside, and the fucking thing broke. Everywhere. And all the change was there's just big piles of change all over on the porch in the yard and shit. And those guys just fucking left. They weren't gonna stand around and be picking up coins out of the dirt. But I mean, that thing was full. They had to use like a dolly to move the fucking thing.
Oh, I went on one of these Globy streams. They tried to get me to come on, and they were going to tell me that water towers proves curvature.
Oh, sure they do.
Yeah, I was wondering. The viscosity inside the water tower proves that the water's curved.
Put a camera inside the actual water that's holding the water, and you'll quickly see that
viscosity has nothing to do with shape.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think I'm thinking of the wrong word. Meniscus is the word I was looking for. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about when I say put a camera inside of it, because if it was spinning, and you would see that, that water shift difference forces.
Yeah, there's no meniscus in nature, though. There's no surfaces like that. It's all
not in any substantial bodies of water, including a fucking water tower.
Yeah.
Okay, including a fucking water tower.
And is one side of the tower built bigger and thicker and beefier to build to work with the forces that it's going as it's turning with water on top of it?
What Globy was trying to float that stupid shit.
It was not Drunk Debunk. When he first started his show, started doing debunks of flat Earth. They were covering. He's still covering me too. He did a show on me and Mikey, but he didn't cover me really. He just did Mikey. But he had me sculpted in a pile of horse shit.
I don't even have nothing of that fucking idiot come across my feed. There's no reason to.
Everybody's run over telling me if someone want to do a show like, Drunk Debunk's doing a live on you right now. And I'm like, they are. That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Who gives a fuck?
Well, I made a rebuttal for him. I put it in his post so everybody gets a chance to see my rebuttal to it. He's dumb enough. He left it in there, so I'll let him do it.
I like the idea that you put effort into some shit that I didn't even pay attention to. That's my fucking go-to right there. I could give a shit what the fuck you put up. I don't care. It doesn't bother me one bit. It hasn't hurt me. Hasn't done anything to my channel. Nothing. Okay. If anything, I keep getting more and more subscribers. More and more subscribers. I keep doing my show. You're not shutting me down. Fuck you.
Even if that was the case, I would just do it, and then I would just phone you in Live on the phone is Sov. Hold on, let's go to the phone.
Well, since he started doing this, I'm up at least 60 subscribers, man.
Sure, it gives you
Everybody's up.
exposure.
You know, I in the morning, when I get up in the morning, I go on like BitChute and Rumble and just search around, even just while I'm eating breakfast, and just search around real quick for keyword stuff to see if anything pops up. And yeah, shit's fucking huge. It's huge on Rumble. BitChute, fucking forget it. There's more FE
TikTok's
stuff
really
on
hot
BitChute
too. With
now.
it. Even TikTok's got so much flat Earth stuff on it.
I ran into a channel that was just nothing but all the stuff that we've seen, like basically everything you can imagine, and everything in French. All the videos in French, all the what do you call it's in French, all the comments is in French, and I was like, oh my god, look at this! Like this shit ain't getting smaller; it's getting bigger. It's doing in the opposite direction. It's going in the opposite way.
It's like damming up a river, man. It's going to get bigger.
Well, people just using their natural senses to say, okay, yeah, this is horseshit. You know, I think everybody's kind of got it that it's the physical, and fuck looking at the sky. It's not helping you.
The idea of a water tower is that if you start water flowing through a large pipe and reduce, it creates pressure. And the fact that the water's in a state of disequilibrium in the air in a tower and wants to desperately seek equilibrium, it flows down through the tube. And as it narrows, it causes more pressure. And,
it's kind of like putting your thumb on the end of the garden hose.
Right.
So all the people were at work are asking me about gravity, and I'll just break down relative density and disequilibrium to them like eloquently. I break it down like it's just, and they're like, "Oh, that's what you mean? Yeah, that's gravity if you want to call it that."
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it's interpretation of.
Yep.
But in reality, it's just it's just more in a simple way to explain it as IDD or
Well, you don't need a force with that, do you? There's
no,
force
it's just an explanation of what's happening. It doesn't need any magical shit attached to it. It's simplified at that point.
They need that magical bullshit, though, to have their space
There
fantasy.
you go. See, that's where that shit starts to come in. But it does that in everything that we could talk about. They have one of those things now, too. So it's in everything. And they need that alternate kind of horse shit to sway you into that.
See what
thinking.
Aaron's saying.
Well, it's just it's just simplifying shit down so that you can just explain it and say, okay, that's what it's doing. Great. Everything else doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing or thinking. Or that's what it's doing. Okay, great. Now I can think the next way. Now I think go to the next thing.
Don't forget to pour your coffee in from the left-hand side of the cup.
Oh, dude, in the morning. I'm on BitChute, just hunting around real fast, like 15, 20 minutes, just to see if keywords show up. And I'm like, I find shit in, when people say, "Oh, the FEGP was kooks," like bullshit. Go look on these other places. Videos are everywhere.
I know. Here, and they just build those towers and fill it full of rain.
Well, here's the thing too: is the one like we've got water tower just over here across the other side of this field on Honeyville Road, and the thing is covered in RFID readers.
Oh yeah,
retranses and shit like that. And you got to figure, man, that frequency shit's getting absorbed in that water.
Oh yeah,
and then go into the town to be drank. And even think of Mitsoto's experiments with that shit. People think it's cool to go eat shit on the side of a water tower. You just contaminated your town. You just fucked your water up for your town.
There was somebody a while ago. They what's the town? I forget the town that Johnny Cash was born. Johnny Cash, the country singer.
Yeah.
So on their water tower, they have a picture of Johnny Cash standing there with a guitar. Somebody shot a hole into the image of on the side of the water tower. So then they showed the video clip, and there's the side of the water tower with Johnny Cash painted on the side of it. It's pissing water out of it. Somebody went and shot a hole at the Johnny Cash picture on the water tower.
They didn't shoot him between the eyes?
No, they shot him in the nuts. That's pissing, literally. They went on and took a photo of it, and I was like, oh my god, some fucking local guys like, shoot a hole in that thing.
Imagine having to repair that one. Yeah.
Honeyville is not really a town.
Yeah, hold on, I'll find it.
Honeyville is just part of the Stanley area. At one time, it was like its own town. But way back in the day, you had, we had Honeyville right over here, Marksville, down this other way. And it's because people's travel was pretty much limited and shit. And so each little community kind of had its own store and gas station and shit like that. But now it's all incorporated. But if she's moving here to Stanley, where Huntingville is at, welcome.
So check out that. It's just a little. Oh, hold on. That isn't it.
Yeah, I got this guy. A second.
Very good.
This is pretty good. Go ahead and put it back there. I'll grab it.
Yeah, there you go. It's the last
Bullshit with Iran has just turned into a Mexican standoff. 2 days ago, Chinese warships and Russian warships sailed up to the mouth of the Straits of Hormuz. The Straits of Hormuz are essentially the hot gates. They're Thermopylae, right? The 300. You fight in a narrow corridor and it makes your numbers count for jack shit. China's brought hypersonic missiles to the dance, and they gave some to fucking Iran. The U.S. military has zero defense for hypersonic missiles. If Iran fires one, the U.S. military will have 45 seconds to respond to that shit. That's not enough time for fuck all and nothing. The art of war. You do not fight when there is nothing to gain, and the U.S. has absolutely nothing to gain here. No one can even articulate why the U.S. would need to fucking do this shit other than Israel's blackmailing our government and forcing them to do it. Trump is standing strong, and he better fucking hold on to this shit, because popping shit off with Iran would shut down the Straits of Hormuz. If the Straits of Hormuz shut down, that cuts off 27% of the world's oil supply, which is 25% of China's oil, which would fucking deal a massive blow to China's economy. And so they're not willing to fucking take that risk. That's why China has sent their top-class destroyers with hypersonic missiles, and they're sitting right there. Everybody's hanging out right there now. So now U.S. has to take into account, like, hey, if we pop this off, we're probably going to have to deal with not only China, but Russia as well. This is not just some fucking localized, like, oh, I'm going to strike them and it'll be good. And nope. There is nothing to fucking win here. To the idiots that say, oh, we're energy independent, we don't need that oil. Oil is $65 a barrel right now. And if the Straits of Hormuz close down, JP Morgan has said the price of oil will go to $130 a barrel. Gas prices will double, if not triple, and it will be an absolute shit show for the United States. They said if it continues for 6 months, you could see 2% inflation because of it, because of the petrodollar. America has no fucking beef with Iran, and there is nothing in this for us other than pain and fucking misery. Trump, give Israel the finger and fucking stand firm on America first. Like, there's actual hope because he hasn't struck them yet. Massie and Ro Khanna's war authorization bill could be Trump's off-ramp. If they said they are going to push this bill that would demand that Congress gets a vote before initiating any bullshit with Iran, that would fucking give Trump that off-ramp, and he can just be like, well, it's out of my power. Congress is taking it away. Otherwise, I don't even know. This is the dumbest shit I have seen to fucking date with Trump, and the whole year has been a fucking disappointment. Like, this would be the nail in the coffin that would end all of Trump's support. Fucking going after fucking Iran. Fuck Israel. Fuck Iran. Fuck them all. America first. America only. Long live the Republic.
Yeah, that would be something Israel want to get their hands on, though, that cash flow out of that.
It's blackmail. There's nothing to gain by going to war with Iran.
No.
But it would
I mean,
gain Israel, though.
they've been saying it for 31 years now.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, 1995 was the first time they started to say, oh, we need to look at Israel. They're going to knock us out. They're going to kill us any minute now. And here we are, 2026, and they're still saying it. Still saying
Oh,
it.
you mean Iraq, yeah.
And I talked about this on the last show with me and you, Sav. You remember? I was saying, well, isn't part of that strait part of Iran?
Yeah,
and the places that they're trying to take over are the places of, the Greater Israel Project are basically all along that channel. So they're just planning to take that over so that they can get money through that strait. I don't know why we just don't fucking bypass it and say, okay, sure, yeah, we'll just cut through another country and make another strait through some other country and bring up some other place and say, fuck you, yeah. Have fun with your fun with your goofy pond that no one's gonna use. And that's it. And fucking fix that shit. See, you just have to counteract it and think about, like, I mean, we did Panama Canal. Fucking build another one somewhere else. We'll just bypass the thing altogether and cut through some other country, and use money they can beef up their, beef up their country, boost up somebody else. That's that the fucking why deal with these, these.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
There are other little Central American countries we could dig through there. We have to put a lot of money and time into it, but it'd be worth it in the long run, right? But didn't we help build the Panama Canal to start with, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, about technical shit, all the technical stuff, because, I mean, think about it. Well, that was the whole point, was to put it through there so they didn't have to go down the horn or around not the horn, the straits, yeah, because it's so fucking, because of that point right there is just crazy dangerous. So the other one is the southern part of what's the one that's in Africa? That like the one that keeps getting hit with all the pirates and stuff. I mean,
Suez, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, when you think about it, all those southern parts that go down by water are always either treacherous and dangerous as hell.
Yeah. Because Neo Drifter asked, why is it called the State of the Union? Shouldn't it be called the State of the Republic? Yes, it should.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I think that it was because of after the Civil War, they started referring to everything as a union.
Yeah.
Because the United States, up until Abraham Lincoln's swift move, was a confederacy.
Yep.
Okay, that's what it was. And no, it doesn't mean you have slaves. It does none of that is about that. It's a weak central power with sovereign states having more power than the central government. In other words, you don't have a central government, really. That's just where the states meet and do the nation's business.
That's what built
kind of like when the AFL and the CIO come together and they form this union from two organizations, two separate sovereign organizations come together and form a union. And that's what they try to do. And this is why we have so much federal control in our country. Right?
A club is a union.
Yeah.
A society is a union.
Marriage is a union.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be married to these fuckers, man.
Yeah, I don't want to be married to the state. Don't marry the state, anybody, whatever you do.
I'm getting a divorce. Fuck them.
Don't marry a pigeon neither.
Don't what?
Don't marry a pigeon neither.
No,
Tesla did that. Yeah.
The White House the next day, we'll just have some fun. We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that.
I have to invite the women. And then they all laughed. They all thought that was hilarious when Donald Trump was like, "You girls." Right? Little fun fact real quick. At the Olympic Games, this Winter Olympics, 64% of all the medals were won by women. 8 out of 12 gold medals for the U.S. won by women. Women dominated the Winter Olympics. And prior to that phone call, the men's hockey team had been supportive of them. Like, they were mentioning them by name in interviews. And then the girls all came to watch and support the guys in their game. It was a really lovely thing until a misogynist douchebag was like, these get, and they're all like, ha, 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 ha. Well, I hope it's worth it. They did get to go to the White House. Trump did invite the girls, and they were like, yeah, we'll pass. And so it was just these chuckle fucks letting him wear a gold medal and acting like this was some honor for that. This is fucking lame as shit. They got to go to the State of the Union. Longest one ever. Boring as hell. That was their big win. To go to a building that's under construction, half of it probably taped off, and sit with this guy. Oh, wait, I forgot. They were served a gourmet meal. And by gourmet meal, I mean they were fed McDonald's at the White House.
Whoa.
He gave them McDonald's. I hear it was cold. It was cold McDonald's. That's what they got for going to the White House. Meanwhile, for the lady, when Flava Flav heard about the whole situation, he was like, Dad, come party with me in Vegas. I'll cover everything. Come out here. I'm sure some corporations will want to jump in, and a bunch did. Alaska Airlines was offering free airfare. A bunch of hotels were like, stay with us. I think they had offers to go see a show at the Sphere. It's going to be a good time. Unfortunately, they were unable to attend because of like school requirements and obligations and whatnot. They were like, thank you so much. We unfortunately can't do that. So they didn't go there. You know what they did do, though? In Milan, they got to go to dinner with Stanley Tucci at one of his favorite restaurants in Milan. If you are unaware, Stanley Tucci is like a master level foodie. There is nothing but extraordinary food that breaches his mouth. And he took them to one of his favorite restaurants, which means they probably had an absolutely insane dining experience. And these guys got the choke down cold McDonald's. So who's the real winner here? They wonder why more Americans aren't feeling patriotic. The Winter Games were awesome to see. It probably would have evoked that. And then this guy comes along like a lemon in a glass of milk and just curdles the whole thing.
Well, they brought other food into the White House, didn't they? So McDonald's.
Dude.
Fucking McDonald's. You're giving athletes poison.
I would have walked,
dummy.
I would have got up and walked the fuck right out. I would have got up and walked the fuck right out.
You know that stuff sat there for half the day because they had to do a shit ton of them.
Security checks and everything else. Fuck. And they got a cook, they got a master class chef that works at the White House in the kitchen.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, don't make mistakes or
yeah. That'd be the thing.
or-
You want to have a manly meal? Let's have steak and baked potato. Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Sorry, it would be Trump steak. Remember the Trump steak?
Yeah, I remember Trump steaks. I remember that. I remember when he had that. That was what, the 90s?
Yeah.
I don't recall that. I don't recall
Trump
that.
steaks. Oh, Paul,
Yeah, he really did
I'll
that.
pull the video.
Yeah.
I'll throw it on the back if you want to check it. I
What
remember.
was they? Were they like rump steaks? And they just put a T on the front.
Tenderized ass steaks.
Yeah, he's trying to compete with Omaha Steak.
Yeah. That was when Omaha Steaks was kind of good. It wasn't that fucking shit that they kick out now. When it was more like you were getting it direct and
Yeah. They had fresh ground beef. Bakeries delivered the bread daily. It was just
okay.
fresh food. Yeah.
There we go. I got it.
This is crazy. I like this when Tucker done this. This was pretty good.
Breaking news. Tucker Carlson thinks that God's chosen people should have to prove it.
Abram's descendants are the ones who have the right to have this land, correct? Yes. Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abram's descendants are? It's really simple. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. Why don't we do that? Would you be against doing that?
I have no idea what that would prove. I mean, maybe it would be.
What do you mean? It would prove who Abram's descendants are and who has a right to live here and who doesn't, according to the theology that you yourself just explained. And so I'm very confused as to why we don't do that. If you believe the theology that you've just explained to me,
would we do that all over the world?
Well,
And everybody
this is the only country in the world that you've said has this covenant with God, that this people have a moral and legal right to the land.
What about people who convert to Judaism? Would they have a right?
Well, you've just said
I mean,
that
there are
it's not
converts to Judaism, so
you just told
they
me
can make Aliyah. They may not have.
You've just
DNA.
told me that it doesn't matter. You told me moments ago, trying to keep track, that it doesn't matter whether or not you believe in God or whether or not you practice Torah Judaism or Rabbinic Judaism, which is something else that I don't even know if we should, I don't even know what that means. But it doesn't matter whether you're, quote, a religious Jew or not. What matters is that you are part of the Jewish people to whom God gave this land that extends from the Nile to the Euphrates. And so if you believe that, wouldn't you want to know with a burning passion who those people are? And because of science, we can now know who those people are. So why aren't we finding out?
I guess you could propose a DNA test for everybody who comes here, everybody who lives here. But the point
I'm comfortable with secular nation states where none of this is done on the basis of blood. I'm uncomfortable with that. I'll just say that.
Yeah, no shit.
They're not going to do it.
We got Judge Joe Brown up on the stage right now.
Oh,
although
boy.
he seems to have changed pigment from the last time that I saw him. What's up, Jay Brown?
Oh, nothing. No, I just listen to you guys. Some of it's funny. I gotta admit, it's like one minute you talk everything from Holocaust to water towers and that. So let me get this straight: the Holocaust didn't exist.
Well, what is a Holocaust?
Well, where they massacred the Jews.
Oh, that never happened.
Okay, okay.
When did they massacre Jews?
In Germany during World War II.
No. There's no evidence of that whatsoever.
Did investigations of how even the building was built, how the doors were built. They even took samples off the buildings, off of the sides on the insides of the so-called chambers, and there was no residue of any, what do you call it, of any type. Plus how
cyanide, nothing. They ground penetrating radar has been unable to locate any mass graves. There's the pictures that you've seen supposedly of Holocaust victims. Believe it or not, a lot of those are German POWs taken after the war, dressed up that way because we called them disarmed combatants, so we didn't have to abide by the Geneva Code. And they were left in open air prisons in the mud without shelter and without bathroom facilities, inadequate food.
Didn't the Germans use the star on some of their coins also at one point?
Yep.
Half of them were worked to death in just work camps.
Isn't it funny that in all of Winston Churchill's own memoirs, there's not one single fucking mention of this? None whatsoever. We've been sold a lie, and it was all just to it was the Zionist plan from the 1890s to obtain a Jewish home state. Now, we already know that the royals are owned and breeded with the Rothschilds, right? And so who did Lord Balfour give Palestine to? Oh, that's right. Lord Rothschild. Wonder why. Keep it in the family, right?
I got a question for you. So, weren't they running the same propaganda during World War I too?
Yes. And here's the funny part. They claimed 6 million were killed, and there weren't 6 million in Europe to begin with.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that worked out. Anyway.
People bought it though, didn't they? Yeah.
And so consequently, what we've come to now is where they ended up forming this Zionist state, ethnically apartheidic state, and pretty much taking it over. It'd be sort of like you feel sorry for somebody, and so you let them come and live in your house, and then you come home from work one day, and your door locks are changed and shit, and the guy that you let live there said, "Hey, you don't live here any fucking more." You call the police, and they say, "Yeah, he's right. You don't live here anymore." That's basically what they did, and it was achieved. Well, we can look at Theodore Herzl and what he said, and I think it was 1896. He said it was the suffering of the Jew. It is necessary for the suffering of the Jew. He said the anti-Semite will become our greatest ally in achieving our dream of a Jewish state. And they were originally talking about Argentina. And that's where they wanted to go.
Argentina got crazy German influence.
Yeah, he said it's important that we increase the suffering of the Jew. The anti-Semite will become our greatest ally. And so they put it into this plan, and they did it. And so what happens directly after World War II and this bullshit, right? 1948, boom, through acts of terrorism, and they become Israel.
There's a lot of German influence in South America. People don't realize even something as simple as drinking a beer in South America. The Germans, that's all from that's all German influence.
That was even before the war.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way well. What would be?
Those Zeppelins were going from Berlin to Buenos Aires constantly. Those airships. I mean, they had a burgeoning. That was a really big airship industry in Germany.
I read that we put limits on certain gases that they were using in those, and they actually had to change the gases, which made it more combustible hydrogen, dangerous.
Yeah.
And we, that because we put limitations on some of that.
David Koresh says, I spilled it to the normies. I'm sure that went over like a Led Zeppelin. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't even gotten into nuclear bombs being fake.
Yeah, Zeppelin one.
So what do you think so far, Mr. Brown?
Everyone's got their own opinion. I mean,
well, I'm not working by opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one of those. We're dealing with facts.
Yeah.
We deal with actual research.
So
And we
nuclear
can
bombs are
prove.
fake.
Huh?
Nuclear bombs are fake. The Holocaust didn't happen. The world's flat. What else?
No, the world's
and
level. The world's level.
They I'm sorry, I was just going to say that there's actual video of them loading up huge amounts of TNT for those videos that the government was putting out and saying they were actually nuclear bombs. They weren't. They were blowing shit up and then putting TNT on top of it so they could get a massive effect in the videos.
Concentrated amount. Yeah. So we can show you video proof. We can show you documented proof. What do you want to see first, sir? That's
no, I saw one video, not from you guys, but one guy said that Hiroshima never happened. That people they dropped the bomb and people moved in back. We're still there the next day. No one died. That's what I heard.
They were. It was firebombed.
Died. They firebombed it, dude. But that's not the point. Yeah.
I mean, they just dropped a big bomb on it. Big bomb. Just dropped a giant bomb on it.
There was no nuclear radiation. There was no fallout. There was no nuclear winter. There was none of that bullshit. The shops were open the next fucking day. Most of the damage and destruction that you see in that is due to firebombing. Yeah. Firebombing was very effective in Japan because most of their building and structures were made of bamboo and paper.
Yep, there you go.
You notice that there's still brick buildings standing in the ruins, right? Right there at ground zero, supposedly. There's still brick buildings standing.
Yeah,
it doesn't look any different than Dresden. It doesn't look any different than Tokyo. Tokyo wasn't nuked, right? But Tokyo looked the same as Hiroshima, the same as Nagasaki.
They were dropping stuff down to light it on fire so they could put out them trying to fix their equipment and resupply and do all that stuff, and they were hitting.
There was no need for it anyway. Even if it was real, there was no need for it. Because the Japanese were pretty much out of the war by that point in time anyways. The Russians had taken them out of Manchuria.
Yeah.
And that was their last defense. They were neutered. They couldn't do anything.
Russia had a lot of problems with Manchuria.
Hey, everybody said stuff online that it's like when you said Winston Churchill was a drunk. I agree with that. The man was pickled.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, all the time.
He was also an Ashkenazi Jew.
He drank. He had an agreement with. I read in a book that he had an agreement with the leader of the Soviet leader, and he would send him this cognac from Russia. It was only made in Russia, called Arat, called Arat cognac, and it was like the best cognac, strongest shit. And that's basically how he was stewed. He was just drinking Russian cognac.
Most of those radio broadcasts you heard was a stand-in because he'd be too drunk to give it.
Yeah.
The one he gave about the what was it?
He was the oldest. He was actually probably one of the oldest functioning drunks there is because he was almost 100. He was quite old.
Well, the fact of the matter was he was a coward too. His actions in the First World War show that he was a disaster. He was a fucking disaster. And they took the one guy who was actually going to have peace. And, we can't have that.
Well, here's a serious question. Name a politician that ain't a coward.
Yeah, there's all something wrong with them. Doesn't matter who it is.
I mean, they're all cowards. I mean, let's face it. If you went to a city council meeting in your town and flashed a camera on them while they were having a council, they probably should have a shit fit. Most of them.
They're all compromised in some way. That's just fact. They all have some kind of alignment or agreement or have some kind of, that's just how it is.
Do you remember, Mr. Brown, do you remember back in the 80s when there was that high school kid that made a fully functional nuclear bomb for his science fair project? The only thing he didn't have was the nuclear material. And everybody was like, oh my God, and all this fear going around. And they said, man, if a high school kid could build one, anybody could build one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we go several years later, decades. Okay. And we've got more people hating us now than we did back then. And then we got talk of yellow. We got talk of yellow cake uranium being sold in the black markets and all this other shit. And Colin Powell saying this much of it is enough to blow this whole fucking building up and blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay. So now we know that just about anybody, given the right skills, can build a nuclear device. All they need is a fission material. Why do you figure nobody has ever made one and used it in all that time? How come no government has used a nuclear bomb, Israel, in all this time?
Not even in World War II, they didn't use it. What they called an atom bomb. That's what they
No.
were calling those.
So why would you figure that nobody, if these things that are such a threat and they're so powerful, why isn't anybody even just used a small one?
Yeah.
For anything? They haven't. You know why? I can tell you why. It's because they don't fucking exist. They're not real.
So I'm going to label you a conspiracy theorist, sir.
I don't know. I'm a conspiracy analyst.
There you go. Even better.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that don't make sense.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to the scoreboard, but the conspiracy theorists were like up 100 per fucking cent. We've been right all along so far.
And the biggest conspiracy of it all is the world is not a sphere. Imagine that. Can you just wrap your head around it? Come on, imagine.
And the people that argue about a globe never once realizing that they themselves do not have, nor will they ever have, a first-hand observation of a globe Earth, ever.
Oh, Sean Hawkins is in the chat. Yay.
Is he still around?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I wish.
Oh, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Like, you know, it's like if you go to school, like these like nurses, for instance. I got a friend of mine's daughter studying to be a nurse, and half the stuff she's studying that she has to have in order to become a nurse has nothing to do with nursing.
Yeah.
Why do they make them take those courses? Just to get more money out of them.
That's right. That's right. So why do you figure that they'd be have all this power? We've got a despotic country called Israel that is right now fighting a war on 7 fronts
against everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody around them.
Okay.
Everybody.
And they have nukes. Why haven't they just gone ahead and used them?
Just wipe them out, you know.
I saw a thing yesterday.
But think about it, because why
the
would
fallout? Come on.
I mean, if you had if I hated your guts and I said I was going to nuke you, and you'd probably have a nuke too. If I shot one at you, ain't you going to shoot one back?
No, because and you're talking about me. I'd say go ahead and shoot one. Go ahead and shoot one. Let's see what you got. I dare you. I dare you.
But that's what these all it is. It's a cat and mouse game. They're like, they don't want to be shot, and they sure don't want to be shot back.
It's in their best interest to keep the people at large in fear.
Yeah,
that's all it's about. Ain't nobody ever going to use a fucking nuke. Nobody's ever used one. There's no such thing. They got big missiles. They got big bombs and shit like that. But no, this nuclear shit. That's nonsense. All that is just nonsense. Because let me tell you something. If they were real, Israel would have used one by now. Yeah. Okay.
They have balloons floating all over the place where they're looking down on every nuke facility is, and what do you call it? It's all over the world. I'm sure that they could, you know, even the bay doors opening up, they could nail that thing from the sky right above it, straight ass down.
You want to know the real reason that and Iran says they're not seeking, they don't want nuclear missiles. They've never wanted nuclear missiles. Here's one of the reasons. They know they're not real. They're not going to waste their time on it. They put their technology into these fucking shit that matters, like hypersonic missiles, and increasing the range on them. Now, they've not attacked anyone in 250 fucking years.
Wow. That's a long time.
Okay. Even the war between Iraq and Iran back in the 70s, that was Iraq attacked Iran at the US's behest.
And as far as someone in the comment, Tier W, no, I don't do vax. Sorry. I don't believe in vaccines. Fuck that.
You're on the right path.
I mean, the reason why I wouldn't do a vax, I mean, if they test it, to me, it's like, it'd be like me saying, "Oh, I built a V12 engine and it's tested, proven, go 5 million miles, but I only started building it 3 days ago." I don't think you're going to believe me that my V12 engine is going to go 5 million miles and I only invented it 3 days ago. No, I mean, no, I'm not a retard.
Well, and here's another thing. Here's another aspect about that too, is that I have this immune system that was given to me by God. Okay.
Amen.
This bullshit that they got was made by some fat motherfucker sitting in an office, pedophile motherfucker counting his money. Okay, that who do I trust? God or some fat cat fucking pharmacy?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Somebody's gonna blind their pockets with your disease. Yes. I'm gonna
I mean, there are meds that I'll take, like if I have a headache, I'll take an aspirin or something like that. But as far as taking a vaccine for something that they put it this way, it ain't a vaccine. I told him, I argued with one guy for an hour. I said, think about it. We all know that the COVID crap was man-made. We know it was made in the lab.
Didn't even exist.
Well, I'm just saying, it was made. No, it existed. Sure, they just all it was a super cold, and guess what? They made the cure before they made the vaccine, and it wasn't in the I mean, before they made the thing, it still was fake.
There was no COVID. There was no COVID. It was the fucking flu.
Well, it was a little more than the flu.
Okay, it was the flu. I also believe that a lot of it was exacerbated by frequency.
Yep. And mercury.
Okay? There is no such thing as a fucking virus. Virus is like the boogeyman of the science world. Nobody's ever even fucking seen one.
But yet they create deadly viruses.
Did anyone on here have COVID?
No. How could I have COVID? It doesn't exist.
Oh, so you didn't get sick at all?
How would I know? Well, how would you know if it was COVID?
Yeah.
Have you had the flu?
Yes, I've had the flu. Everybody gets it.
Okay, so what are some of the things you had when you had the flu? The symptoms, type of aches, pains, right?
All the symptoms of detoxification.
Yep.
The body is detoxifying.
I did test positive for COVID, and it was.
How do you know? How do you know? There is no test for COVID.
The test is what was positive.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: it was totally different from the flu. It was. I had things happen during that was nothing like any flu I had before.
Yeah.
Well, they can induce that. They can induce those effects by things that you put on your skin.
Well, here's what I'd like to know: how do you create a virus and then never ever be able to isolate it?
I don't think they isolated it. I mean, I caught it. I mean, but
well, wait a second. You caught it? Caught what?
The COVID-19?
There is no COVID-19. There's no such thing as a virus.
So the flu ain't a virus.
No.
Oh.
No, the flu is not a virus.
Well, when you had the flu, did you ever have feelings like one of the symptoms I had was like it felt like I was laying on a bed of nails.
Okay, I didn't have that. I usually have diarrhea, vomiting, excess excretion.
I didn't have any diarrhea or vomiting. I had a high temperature, and all my limbs felt like I was laying on a bed of nails. It was the weirdest feeling I ever had.
That sounds like something attacking your nervous system to me.
Yeah. Did you get vaccines? Have you got any vaccines?
No. Yeah, I did. I did a vaccine once, and that was when anybody joins the military, they shove that shove up your.
Oh, that ain't just one vaccine, buddy. You got about 50 vaccines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the military gives it.
Yeah, that's why everybody ends up with a URI, upper respiratory infections, because of the drafts in the barracks, and everybody's sick. That's what the fuck it is. Yeah. Is from everybody just got shot up with so much shit that they can't do.
I lost count of how many shots I got in the first 2 days introduction in the military.
Yeah,
I haven't had one since.
Gonna look at it.
They give you shots right in the military as soon as you get in. It's isn't it one of the first things they do? They give
military entrance processing.
Yeah. They state you with that stamp gun that gives you like 7 at the same time.
Yeah.
Punches you in the arm.
No, I don't drink gasoline and eat KFC.
He's just not been exposed to the debunks on these things that the system have told him are facts.
Yeah, they can.
He grew up like the rest of us, believing that the man on the news was telling him the story, believing that his government was on his side, believing
I never
that,
believed the government are
all
on
the
our
shit
side.
that the normal people, or what we call normies, that actually think. And then when they get hit with the reality of it, it's a lot of times they have a hard time accepting it until you can actually, break it down to them and say, look.
No, I don't believe the government's on the side. I'm one of the people. I mean, I go to my city council meeting all the time, and when these people go up to speak, the mayor says every time, no customer swearing or that. If you do, you'll be told to leave. And on the second time, and I'll go up there and say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I have a hat that says, fuck the mayor. And he says, sir, you got to stop that. I said, it's my First Amendment constitutional right. It's free speech. You're a cunt. You're a scumbag. You're a whore. I don't have to. If you don't like it, then step down.
You can't be disruptive while you're doing it. If you
there's
just show up
nothing.
I
went up to my city council meeting like last week. They wanted to buy a new truck for the Department of Public Works, a new pickup truck. And I said, can you justify why we need a new truck? And he says, because it's 2 years old, it's got 40,000 miles. I said, fuck you. 40,000 miles ain't even broken in. He said, no swearing in a public. I said, fuck you, because it's fucking ridiculous to want a fucking new truck at 40,000 miles. They don't need a new truck
You
at
could make
40,000.
that point. Look, you could make that point without the expletives, and probably more people would listen to it, because it is a valid
believe it or
point.
not, they did listen to me. But the point is, if he didn't tell me I can't say something, I probably wouldn't have said a thing. That'd be like me telling you can't smoke. I'm sure you would tell me where the bear shits in the woods.
Well,
fuck you.
See, first off, I wouldn't go to a council meeting, because I don't even believe in government. I don't believe in authority. So I already know that fuck them. They're not going to do they're only going to do what's in their best interest. Okay. And for some reason, a new truck is in their best interest.
Well, I know why it was in the best interest, and that's why they curtailed it because I raised eyebrows. I said it wouldn't happen to do anything to do with the dealership that you're buying the trucks from. You own, does it? No. And all of a sudden, eyebrows, and the city manager looked over him. Said, no, that ain't true. I said, really? I says, according to the tax records, you own the dealership is listed as JJ whatever Enterprises, and geez, the initials JJ are sitting right there with underneath that mayor's sign there. I said, and if you list the property owners, it lists JJ blah 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 Inc. and it lists the dealership's address and the mayor's address as the same owner. Geez, why? Gee. So all of a sudden they didn't. They said, okay, if you want a new truck, we're going to go to a different dealership. And he said no, because this dealership gets the best deal. No, it's because you want to make money on the city. That's a conflict of interest there.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to do that. I mean, it's like I know how this shit works. Like I said, I work with the mayor of this town right here. I know how the shit works in a town council meeting and everything like that. And even though I don't have to go, I hear about what happened, right the next day afterwards. And they can't do that, because the thing is like, for instance, they down here at the park, they wanted to build a stage and a shelter down there. And somebody went to Mike and said, well, why don't you put a bid in? And he goes, well, that wouldn't look very good. He says, because I'm the mayor of the town, and they said, well, go ahead and put a bid in anyways for you and Scotty's company. He says, all right. So he put a bid in, and then some people started making a fuss about it. Right. And they were like, and Mike had gone to the bank and talked to the president of the bank and got him to donate $40,000 to it for just to put their name on the front of it, Pioneer Bank. And that people was bitching and saying, okay, oh, that's not That's not cool because he's the mayor and it'd be his construction company. He'd be making money on it. And he said, okay. He said, I'll withdraw my bid. He said the next lowest bid under his was like $200,000 higher than what he did. He was just basically doing, materials and labor was basically all he'd put into it. And so then when they saw the other bids, they were like, no, Mike, you guys go ahead and come on back in and do it. We love you. Yeah, let's do it. It was pretty good. So we got it built for pretty much with all donation, no tax money out of the town. So that was pretty cool, but he was like, I don't want to put a bid in because, I'm the mayor and that'd look bad. And they said, no, the council people said, no, put your bid in. And then people started bitching. He said, okay, I'll withdraw my bid. And then they looked at the next one, it was like $200,000 higher than his. He's like, he says, man, I always bid too low.
To me, I mean, I tell people if we're going to have government, we need to have accountability in some of these places. I mean,
I don't want government causes corruption.
I mean, people don't think we don't need military and stuff like that too,
Well, we don't need the military we've got right now. There's no reason that we need to be spread out all over the fucking world. There's no reason for us to have bases in the Middle East and Europe or anywhere the fuck else. The job of the United States military, we're not even supposed to have a standing army. We're supposed to have a standing navy to protect the fucking coast, to protect the United States. That was it. We're not supposed to be off attacking people. We're not supposed to be off protecting everybody. We're not supposed to be off pushing our policies on everybody. So no, we don't need the military that we've got because we are bullies. The United States are the biggest bullies in the fucking world. And they're controlled. The United States is controlled by a psychopath named Benjamin Netanyahu, formerly Benjamin Milikowski from Poland. So, we don't need that military. We don't need a shitload of police either. Police are not proactive. Police are reactive. They only come after the fact. Very few crimes are disrupted or stopped because of a passing patrolling car. So then you get a bunch of police on the street. There ain't shit for them to do. What do they start doing? They start jacking people up for all kinds of stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
So no, that's not the answer. A police state is not the answer. Here's what's the answer. Take responsibility, each man, woman, and take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for your own fucking defense. Don't rely on other men to drive to your location to help you out. Have good bonds with neighbors.
Good point, yeah.
You don't need all that fucking bullshit. And we certainly don't need to be sending billions of dollars to some little shithole in the fucking Middle East.
Oh, no, I agree with that. But I mean, because some people believe like, okay, if you walked into my house, I should be able to unalive you and just bury you in the backyard and not tell anybody. Why do I have to tell anybody? You broke into my house. I don't have to do nothing.
I feel like I walked into an InfoWars call-in show.
Just about.
I mean, no, there's people that believe that,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's I tend to go on the side of logic.
There you go.
Reason, and fact. I discard the propaganda. I question the propaganda.
Yep. Good reasoning too. I put a little short in the back for Jay if he wants to look at it.
Oh, okay. What is
it?
It
explains certain aspects of heliocentrism, you might say.
Oh yeah, he'll have to check that one out. Yeah. Space is fake and gay. That's all there is to it. Ain't nobody, and people think that they're going to send some fucking people to the moon or some shit, and I'm like, no, they're not sending anybody.
Any year now.
Yeah.
They pushed it back further now. So
Oh, again? No, say
Yeah.
it isn't so. What happened?
Like, didn't I say that's what they was going to do? I said they're
Oh,
going to keep
yes.
kicking the fucking can down the road. It's never going to happen.
But it's on the pad and smoking and ready. It's ready
Oh,
to
yeah,
pop off.
They pulled it. They
The
pulled
guy
it out.
underneath that with the match is getting ready to light
Well,
that. They got giant.
What
bottle
what
rocket up.
supposedly is this one supposed to do? Is it just, are they just orbiting, or what's the
No,
deal?
I think they're going to send an orbited crew. They're going to send a crew in orbit. The lunar
Right, they're just orbiting the moon though. They're not trying to land on it or anything,
stuff.
right?
Why don't we land on it? Come on, we did it.
I know it's all hypothetical. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they can happen.
When are they going to put a McDonald's on the moon?
But I mean, does anybody got the answer to that question?
Oh, we don't.
Well,
is that what they're trying to do anyway?
I surely thought that we'd have one up there by now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember after they was up there beating golf balls around and all that dumb shit, teachers in school telling us, in magazine articles that, by year 2000, we will have established colonies and living conditions on the moon, and traveling to and from the moon will be as commonplace as taking an airliner to Florida, and shit like that. And
What
I'm
happened
like,
to the
cool,
space
yeah.
elevator? Weren't they going to do the space elevator?
I thought that was the dumbest shit thing I ever heard right there. Good God.
They've never heard of
Yeah,
this
but
shit.
I be honest with you, even if they did build a space elevator, if there was even possible to do, why would anybody really want to go to the moon?
Space elevator.
Here,
I remember
check this
seeing
out.
that. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
First of all,
Why don't we try and get to the other side of the Earth first?
Yeah.
There you go.
Side of the Earth. Oh.
Yeah,
Here's
the water side
video
supposedly.
Here's the video Roger wanted you to see.
Thunderhead balloon systems are stratospheric platforms that can be rapidly deployed to areas of interest from a wide variety of locations. Utilizing Raven Aerostar's mission planning tools, a flight path is determined to optimize point-to-point navigation. Navigation is achieved by leveraging directional wind patterns in the stratosphere at altitudes 65,000 feet and above. After arriving at an area of interest, Thunderhead balloon systems offer network persistence for up to months at a time. Filling a significant capability gap, Thunderhead balloon systems allow for rapid integration of diverse payloads and sensors, serving a wide range of missions. A military outpost stands with a mission.
Why do they always have to have that fucking music?
I don't know, man.
To provide intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance over denied airspace. Raven Aerostar's Thunderhead balloon systems provide a cost-effective and low-risk platform for ISR capabilities at altitudes above traditional air threats. The local commander deploys several Thunderhead balloon systems from the At-Ready constellation, carrying sophisticated ISR sensors to the denied airspace. With navigational and duration capabilities of up to months at a time, the Thunderhead balloon systems provide a powerful, persistent surveillance platform. At stratospheric altitudes, these lighter-than-air platforms can navigate and hover over areas of interest at altitudes unattainable by traditional ISR platforms. Upon receiving information regarding a possible threat, intelligence analysts navigate a Thunderhead balloon system over the area of interest to collect more information. The sensor payload carried by the Thunderhead balloon system quickly detects and classifies the threat. Utilizing real-time communications, the threat parameters are relayed back to the intelligence analyst on the ground. With Thunderstorm, Raven Aerostar's common operating system, balloon performance and sensor intelligence is integrated into existing networks and computer systems for mission coverage.
Wow.
Direct TV. There you go.
But that I hate to say that I believe that about as much as you believe the world is a globe, because I don't believe balloons are floating around, putting satellites in there. How long will a balloon last in the air?
Oh, we're just following around the globe. That's what you're
Weeks it can last up there. They just told you about it, and I've got a really long video. I'm not going to play it tonight of about the woman who actually is in charge of their balloon program, and they've got balloons as big as the Houston Astrodome up there, man.
You don't think you would be able to see them if they were?
All right, let me give you a little idea. Go on Google Earth, right, and then find the Houston Astrodome on there, right?
Yep.
and then zoom out and see how long it is before, and look at the altitude that you're at where you don't even see the fucking thing anymore.
The astrodrome's gone. Just saying.
Yeah.
They tore that down.
You get the idea. Any kind of
But
a
yeah.
large object of that size like that. Once you get up 40,000 feet, 50,000 feet, you can't see it anymore. You can't see the damn thing.
Yeah.
I believe that, but if I launch a helium balloon in say my backyard and tied it to a string, it wouldn't even make it even 10,000 feet before it would come floating down because it would lose helium.
Well, that's why they don't use party balloons.
They don't use party balloons.
Well, I didn't say party balloon. I'm saying if I bought any kind of balloon, one of those balloons, I doubt very much it would go. I'd be able to keep it tethered down and have it go up without floating down.
Okay, so do you know who the largest consumer of helium in the world is?
NASA.
Oh, let me guess. That the government, right?
NASA,
dude.
Well, NASA is the government, so you might. I mean, it's funded by the government, so you might.
Well, they're a governmental. They're a governmental organization.
Exactly.
Not the
I
government.
will say the government. Yeah.
The contracted workers.
Now we're going to compare what you just said about your balloon that you can't keep up in the air for a period of time. First off, you're using latex. They're not. They're using mylar.
Yeah, and they can heat.
Secondly, the reason you don't see them is these things are almost transparent. You see them setting them off, you can see through them.
Yeah,
light passes right through them, so you're not even going to notice them.
Yeah, and NASA themselves say they launch 2,000 a day.
Yeah.
And so if they can heat and cool those things in, the curtain piece that goes over it as it expands, they have ones now too that are actually heated so they can control the expansion of the and that's why when you see them they look like a saggy ball sack, but they have to do that as that thing rises up and it starts to expand out. They can now control that expansion with a heated curtain, that piece that goes over the actual balloon itself, and heat that surface so that it, can just keep on going. I think the kits that I was looking at that you can buy go to 135,000 feet, and that's when they pop. Those science ones you can buy, science kits. They're 135,000 feet is the max rated before they pop, and then send it down, and then pop out a chute out of like the triangle plastic cooler that they have that has all the cameras and electronics in it.
Yeah. Remember the Chinese spy satellite?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that?
They were scanning all kinds of shit and putting lasers out. So, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me that didn't, I mean, that is a viable thing. But the video that they made for that thing you showed, Roger, was goofy as hell with the fucking Stratus using all the keywords. Stratosphere and showing it like something spinning. And it's like, okay, so.
Well, that's their company. That's the company. That's the logical.
Yeah. That's why they're
putting balloons up there.
That's why they're playing that music is more like either like a clown showy kind of thing or like a hey look here kind of music.
Okay,
I think he had.
I'm having technographical difficulties here.
Oh.
All right, so let me tell you what happened. You know the little bar that's usually down here at the bottom of your screen? It's got all your little fucking icons. It's up at the top now.
The Chiron.
Yeah. You know the thing that's got your Windows icon on it and all the shit that's open.
Oh,
it's up here at the top now.
Oh,
I'm still at the bottom on mine. So.
I can't figure it out. I'm gonna drop out for a second. I'll be right back.
I'll look it up real fast.
All right, yeah, because I can't figure out how to. Because now I've minimized and I cannot maximize again. I can't see why that's happening. Anyway, just while you're looking that up, I'm going to drop out real quick.
It says to change the taskbar, Windows taskbar at the bottom, right click any empty space on it and select taskbar settings. And in the settings, you can change the alignment to left or center under taskbar behaviors, and you can change the position of it.
I put I put the arrow on the taskbar, right?
Yeah, it says right click on any empty space.
Okay, I'm doing that. Nothing's coming up.
And select taskbar settings.
Make sure that the lock taskbar is on check too.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
So go to settings.
How do
personalization?
All right, wait a second. Oh, that's not.
Make sure there's power. Make sure there's power.
Yeah. All right. Wait a second. I got to find
Settings, personalization.
All right. Hang on. Ah.
You got it?
Now what? Yeah. Okay. Now what do I do?
Then,
Lock.
personalization.
Okay. Lock
then,
screen.
Then go to taskbar.
Okay. Let's
Then
see.
change taskbar to the bottom.
Wait a second. Okay. I didn't see it. Let's see. Personalized taskbar. Oh.
It works.
Personalize your lock screen. Is that what you're supposed to do?
On check, or make sure that's on check if there is a check.
All right, let me see. Lock screen. That takes me over to here. It says show the lock screen background picture in the sign-in screen, Windows Spotlight, personalize your manage accounts. No. Daily discovery. No, I don't see it there.
Right click. All right, try this. Right click on your taskbar.
Yeah. It's not, nothing comes up.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
And it didn't when you went to your settings and then drop down to personalization.
Yeah, I went to personalization. Now it's got
there should be a taskbar after that.
Oh, I see it. Taskbar.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then change taskbar location on screen to bottom.
Okay, let me see. Task view on widgets, other tray icons, date and time, notifications, pinning your favorite contacts, task view on. I don't see anything on it for that. Pen menu, emojis and more, touch keyboard, other system tray icons. What's that? There's nothing.
Is there a taskbar alignment? Or a taskbar behaviors?
This is really weird because I can't even see the screen. There's my thing. Pinning your favorite, pinning, changing taskbar color. Taskbar behavior. Taskbar. Okay. All right. Wait. Here we go.
You got behavior.
Yeah. Taskbar.
From behavior, go to taskbar alignment.
Taskbar. Okay. It says center.
Yeah. Go to left, I think.
Okay, so now it just put it over there. I still don't.
All right, so maybe you gotta keep
do anything.
Oh, it didn't move.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, does it have a pull down, like a pull down menu where it asks you to?
I'm on a Mac, so
you can align it on the bottom or the top. I know if you don't lock it, if the pointer doesn't go near it, it makes it invisible.
See, this is fucking retarded. I don't know how it changed. I don't even know how it changed.
Probably a Windows thing. Windows changed it.
Maybe, or I'll hit a key on a stroke when I'm typing fast. I'll bump the wrong one. I've done it.
All right, I'm going to do what's tried and tested. I'm going to drop out. It won't let me do that either. I don't know how the fuck it won't let me close it.
Okay, get something else.
Oh.
Damn you, technology! Damn you!
If I had a robot, I would actually come on your computer and you could allow me to get on there. And
this is Roger Tech.
You're not an Indian, Roger. We're not allowing you to do that.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to.
Hello.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and drop out real quick.
Good,
I'll be right back. I'm just going to reboot. That's
the ship. All ahead, beers on the house. Everything's free.
We're circumnavigating this treacherous sea.
That's it. Shut all the computers off. Roger, get your mission. Get your align to the North Star.
I will. I'm gonna break out the sexton later.
We're sailing free. Party's on.
Nice. And all the horizons are flat all the way around us, sir.
Gonna compensate for the curvature. Shut the radars off.
Yeah, that proves the curve of the Earth, the radar. It does, doesn't it? I've heard that said so many times.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shit, so what have you been up to, Cubby? Oh, he's muted.
He'll come on. Their Saab's out now.
Yeah, it's okay. I did that once too, where I screwed it up. I made it so that if you didn't touch it, like if the mouse cursor didn't touch it, it would just disappear. And I was like, whoa, what happened? But what happened was it changed the position on me, so I didn't know it was on the side.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, why isn't this working? What happened? And all of a sudden, I moved the mouse and pissed off, and I like slid the mouse over, and then the boss showed up on the side, and I was like, why is it disappearing? And you have to lock it and then change the position. And
there, now it's at the bottom.
There you go.
It's supposed to fucking be.
Yeah.
The F8 key, if you strike F8, it will change the orientation of your.
Oh,
keypad.
okay.
Just be careful when you're on the top of the. I guess like F11 does.
Yeah, you might have typed something in on the number bar and hit F8.
Yeah, I think that's what I done.
If it happens again, you'll right click on your taskbar, and then it'll take you to. Give me 1 second again.
There we back. Okay. Oh, it's a stupid fucking God, that Discord. I don't even. The only reason I have Discord is to go on the Cryptoric show. Other than that, I don't fuck with it. You know,
You come over to Worldwide Debates and go on there.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, Discord's a shitball. Sorry.
Well, Riggs is doing a good job with the Worldwide Debates. He's keeping it equal. He gave McToon hell because he went on there and tried to debate Nathan, but he opened up another room and started his own little program. He's like, I thought you were here to debate Nathan. He didn't even talk to Nathan the whole time he was there.
If it happens again, so you click on a blank spot on the taskbar, right click on it, and then you'll go to a little thing will pop up and go to properties.
Oh, it's when I do that now, it says taskbar settings and task manager.
Yeah, you want to go to your primary taskbar location and then hit bottom. But anyway,
it's back over where it's supposed to be now.
All right,
it's down on the bottom again. I've been dealing with it on the top for. The thing is that when I click on the icon or highlight it, it wouldn't open it up down at the bottom, you know, so underneath it, it was coming up over top. I don't know. Fuck this.
Gets bugged.
Technology, huh?
Technology sucks.
What is it? The newer Windows? Is it the newer one?
Yeah.
That's why.
10
doesn't do that.
Remember where I was at here.
I screwed up, and I think I did the same thing and hit F8, and it screwed up it changed the orientation of it and made it so it disappeared. And I was like, oh, wow, what the hell?
Okay, yeah. All right, now I found my spot. I just start over because I'm crazy. That was a disturbing incident just now. That really was. That frazzled my fucking nerves.
Frazzled.
You need another tote. So you need another tote.
Yeah, that's what was about to happen.
There is a horrific new Epstein story about Donald Trump. I can't even give you the full details because the would melt down if I tried this. Donald Trump is alleged by a woman that when she was 13 years old, Epstein brought her to Trump. Trump took her head and forced it down. Let's leave it at that. She bit him. He slapped her hard, hit her in the head, shoved her away. She interviewed with the FBI 4 times. They wanted to pursue the case. She then refused. This came from Roger Stellenberger, a journalist, and then NPR, National Public Radio, picked it up and confirmed it as well. Then the Trump White House, the administration, tried to hide it. She was interviewed 4 times. They didn't pop up. Remember all the document dumps? All the evidence had to be out by law. The Epstein files, they didn't include it. Only one of her interviews with the FBI went public, but it was scrubbed of any mention of Trump. So you would have thought it was just some random guy alleged to have done something horrific with this young girl, 13 years old. You wouldn't have known it was Donald Trump. The other 3 interviews, gone. National Public Radio and Roger were able to deduce it by looking at other documents that reference the documents that are missing, the interviews that are missing. 4 interviews, horrific interviews. It hid them from us. How is this man still president? Spread the word and follow along for more.
It's so obvious at this point.
Yeah.
So, Jay Brown, what do you think about that shit?
Think about what? Trump?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm just eating a piece of cheese. Oh no, everyone knows he did it. I mean, but I believe he's like any other politician who's being followed. I mean, I could put a video out right now if I had one. I'm just saying, I could put a video out right now of Bill Clinton laying back, getting a blowjob from a 13-year-old, and they'd say it was AI and it was really Donald Trump. And I could show another video of Donald Trump doing a 13-year-old doggy style, and they would still say they're both Trump. Oh no, because they don't care. They're convinced that Trump is the only one.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. Doesn't it bother you? Doesn't it bother you that these world leaders, the president of the United States, your senators, judges, representatives, are all engaged in this shit?
Yeah, but it ain't just them, I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be anybody.
It's the followers.
You're talking like, well, everybody does it, so it's no big deal. No, it's a big fucking deal.
Like that. You listen to what I just said. Everybody, Trump's followers would say, "Oh no, that ain't Trump."
I don't care about Trump's followers. I'm not. This is the thing. People need to stop fucking following. Okay, this isn't a left-right issue. They are fucking and eating kids, man.
Oh, well, I don't think they're eating kids. But
yeah, they are eating kids, man.
Okay.
They are fucking eating them. You've not heard about the jerky?
Nope.
You better you better get caught up, buddy. These motherfuckers are eating people, man.
Oh, you think Trump's eating kids?
Yes.
Okay. Why would he?
Hey, Roger, you might want to mute.
I'm typing loud.
I know we can hear it.
Sorry.
No, but what would be the logic of eating a kid?
What would be the logic of fucking a kid?
Well, I didn't say that was logic, but I mean, there's sick people in the world. But why would they want to eat a kid? That would be a question I would. I
say it's a delicacy. They're not even fucking human, man. Ellen DeGeneres. So this is what I'm getting now. That not only did she have Anne Hesh killed, she fucking ate her.
Okay.
Didn't she hand jerky out to her audience?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can have a jerky. Yeah.
Yeah. From her own special recipe.
Yeah. Fucking nothing like eating a foot jerky.
There's photographs in these Epstein files of people prepared as food, bro.
Well, just because they prepare food don't mean it's human.
With human feet?
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one yet.
Sounds like you're like way behind on a lot of this shit, man. This is the reality of it. The United States ain't doing shit. Other countries are. Prince Andrew was hauled in and arrested because of his involvement with this fucking Epstein guy.
Norway,
the former prime minister of Norway, he's been arrested. They're investigating his ass. Several CEOs and top bankers and shit have stepped away from their positions. Who's the guy that was working at fucking Harvard? Where's the guy that was a professor at Harvard? He was the fucking golden child of the Federal Reserve a few years ago. Jamie, was it? No, not Jamie Dimon. Larry Summers.
Yep.
Yeah.
The CEO of Chuck E. Cheese just resigned.
Yep. CEO of Chuck E. Cheese. He's
a kids thing. That's primary to kids.
Yeah.
Do I think people are the Epstein thing is real? Oh yeah, there's people that are saying it's fake. I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, the real deal wasn't the island. The real deal was that ranch.
Yeah.
And that fucking mansion in New York too, and the one in Palm Beach.
Les Wexner is the one that originally owned that freaking building. That's how
you know what's scary about the whole Epstein thing, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. People say I'm crazy. I remember an episode of Law and Order Special Victims, blah 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 blah, where they had a guy on there that had a beard and a mustache, and this one girl was they arrested this one guy because Benson and them caught this girl going in, giving this man a massage. They caught her on the street. She was recruiting this girl, and she walked in, and they found this what giving this old man a massage, and then later on at the end of the episode, the federal government's taking him away, and they were locking her up for coercion, bringing women to screw this guy. And turns out, that was basically based on Epstein before Epstein was even arrested.
Oh
the
yeah,
first time.
There's been countless people before
this ain't the
Epstein.
first time. You got Heidi Fleiss. You got this stuff goes way back.
Dennis Hassert in
North
2015.
Fox Island in Lake Michigan.
I'm more apt to think that any of these places that they tell us, I mean, stuff probably happened there, but there's probably places we don't even know about, more likely.
All over the place. I mean, how many people have actually heard of North Fox Island?
That's what I'm saying. Like places that are way out in the middle of nowhere, no regular person's ever been to.
Most people in this country, and this was a huge shakeup in Europe in the 90s, was the Marc Dutroux case. And there's a bunch of people here in the United States that don't know fucking dick about it. They never even heard of it. And this was big. This was some big shit. This was bringing down people in the fucking parliament.
Yeah.
They ended up throwing a couple of low-level people in prison and shit, and that was the end of that. But the police were complicit. The fucking government was complicit. This guy was procuring children for the fucking elite.
And they were protecting them.
Yeah, man.
They were protecting them. So it wasn't the church. So it wasn't the Catholic Church.
Do I think people have eaten? There's been cannibalism. I just I don't know, for some reason.
There's still cannibals in the world right now.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but I just can't picture.
Do you know the only state in the United States that cannibalism is illegal is Iowa?
Oh, there you go.
Or no, I'm sorry, Idaho.
I was gonna say I didn't know that.
Wait a second. So it's not illegal. I don't know wherever you live. So you're telling me if your wife died, you could legally eat her?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I don't think that applies well.
I would never have that desire. That would never cross my mind.
No, but I'm just saying. So you're telling, I don't know. So whatever. So you're telling me in your state, if I called your district attorney and say, hey, my wife just died, just so you know, here's death skip. I'm gonna take her home and eat her. They couldn't do nothing.
Oh, there you go. I looked it up. Idaho was the only U.S. state with a specific law explicitly prohibiting cannibalism.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's Statute 18-5003. Makes
Welcome
cannibalism illegal, punishable by up to 14 years in prison. It's a defense only if it was necessary for survival in extreme life-threatening conditions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Donners.
The state has that on their statutes, dude. That's what we're telling you. Like, no, that's the only one.
That's weird. Because,
what's really bad, though, even though the actual cannibalism itself isn't illegal, the procurement of the cannibalistic material is what's in question.
Yes.
Right? I mean, if there's willing people, I want to donate my body to food. What the fuck? Let them do it. If there's people out there willing to do it and shit, they're that sick, they want to do it. What the fuck ever?
Congratulations, you're a pork chop.
But if you're doing it as a method of getting rid of evidence, that's pretty fucked up. And why do you figure that dude would have ordered 6 55-gallon drums, which is 330 gallons, by the way, 33 of sulfuric acid?
To dissolve things.
Yeah.
Odd, huh?
Pretty weird shit. And the way they talk, I got to.
I can see him get rid of body. I never thought of them as eating meat, but eating humans. But hey, I'm not saying it ain't possible, but
they hunt them. They take these kids, they put them naked with just a pair of running shoes on. They give them a head start out into the forest. And their goal is to try to survive, and the elites are hunting them down. When they catch them, sometimes they shoot them, sometimes they just abuse them, sometimes whatever. But they have human.
So you think? I've seen enough pictures of Trump. Maybe 30 years ago he could have ran, but I can't picture him in the last 20 years being able to run this.
They use golf carts. Are you shitting me?
Didn't you watch the news article we saw played earlier where the guy was getting harvested for organs? I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, dude.
Yeah, no shit. Ukraine had factories for it, man.
Believe that.
They're doing it with just forcing people out into the, what do you call it, to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when you think about it, they're doing it just by grabbing people off the street and say, "Congratulations, you're in the army. Here, run out that way."
And go shoot. Here's a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, they
how
survive
sick it
to go
is.
on to the next hunt. That's right, Deborah.
I heard Jeffrey Dahmer like veal.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you can find anything. I mean, when you speak of Jeffrey Dahmer, someone said Jeffrey Dahmer was part of Epstein's tribe. That even came out. Someone
There's
posted
no
a video like that.
evidence for that. There's
Oh
no
no, I know that, but I mean, I almost fell over that one. Jeffrey Dahmer was his own little nut job.
Was he though?
I think he was MK.
What, you're saying he's just a one-off?
Only in Idaho.
No, I didn't say he was a one-off. He was all by himself, though. I'm saying he wasn't working.
Oh, you
with
didn't have
anybody.
people helping him? Well, don't really necessarily know that either.
No, these people are having lavish fucking dinners where they're dining on roasted babies. Okay? This is for real.
It's
This isn't-
imagery. It's imagery.
This is not a conspiracy theory. This is fucking real, man. What's
I
up,
haven't heard
Andrew?
that one yet.
And hey
guys.
Here.
I didn't hear that one yet, but
oh,
Let me just preface that all these are just stories on creepypasta. This is for entertainment purposes. only.
Yeah. But no,
Wait
they
a second.
really
Let
are
me
doing
get something clear. All right. So all these years living in
Allegedly.
California and in Virginia and whatever else, I've been eating cows and pigs and
Maybe.
chickens, and I could be eating humans the entire fucking time.
Maybe.
What the
Well,
fuck?
Well, what are they feeding them?
Look at all the thousands and thousands of people that come up missing every year.
Oh yeah.
Never
is
find
McDonald's-
a body. Just gone.
Oh,
Like
Well,
no worries, you know.
Look at all the people that go and let's say you go get a hamburger at a restaurant and God forbid you find a hair in it. I mean, wait till you find out all the sweat that was pouring over that hamburger while the guy was cooking it.
Yeah,
But hey, what
flies
you
that
don't
flew
know,
into it.
what you can't see.
There's people who found fucking children's teeth in their fucking sausage on their McBiscuits or whatever you get there for breakfast and shit.
Yeah, make it illegal. Yeah.
Come on, man. And here's another thing that's going to blow your mind. Did you know that even if Indiana Jones wasn't even around, that everything would have ended up the same anyhow?
What did you just say?
Yeah. If Indiana Jones wasn't even involved, look here, Indiana Jones plays no role in the outcome of the story. This is perfect. This is from Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
And it's she's talking to Sheldon.
I never watched that show.
Neither do I.
Indiana Jones plays no role in the outcome of the story. If he weren't in the film, it would turn out exactly the same.
I see your confusion. Now, you don't understand. Indiana Jones was the one in the hat with the whip.
No, I do. And if he weren't in the movie, the Nazis would have still found the Ark, taken it to the island, opened it up, and all died. Just like they did. Let me close that for you.
She ain't wrong.
Yeah.
No, she ain't actually that. I actually did watch that show. It was funny. I mean, I had an argument with a buddy of mine when I said that he was gay, and he said, "No, he wasn't." "Oh, yes, he is." Then when he found out he actually married somebody, yeah, he's queering a $5 bill.
Sheldon's gay.
So check out that last one too. I found that one the other day. It's a gamers channel, but the guy talks about he's questioning where all the meat from all the burgers comes from.
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, it is a good question. Really good question.
I tested it out with Arby's stuff, and I took a slab of it and I fried it like you would in a fry pan.
Black.
It wouldn't turn black. No, it tastes like Spam. I think it's pork.
Probably is Spam.
Yeah.
It's probably
I
made
know
out
where
of
every piece of meat I ever eat comes from.
It's a lot of labias and lips.
Yeah, that's not like
what it is.
only grade A quality butthole.
It's
I say that I can honestly say I eat meat. The meat I eat, I know where it comes from. I hunt And I got friends that hunt but don't like deer meat. So when they get, I said, good, you shoot the deer and give it and have it butchered, and I'll buy the meat from you. And I watch them, and they bring the deer to me, and I take it to a butcher.
My friend used to say, from the rooter to the tutor.
That's where I get all my meat. I don't eat at restaurants or any of that other bull crap.
Man, neither do I.
I can't stand eating it.
Here's some of your space stuff.
Ooh.
Brown.
China's not faking
What did they forget? They must have forgot something in this.
Now, it is very obvious, and I'm sure most of you have noticed this already. Notice the Earth in the background? They're supposed to be in space, but it's flat. The horizon is flat. Not round, but flat. So I'm guessing that China forgot to use the fisheye lens for this view right here. Now let's look at it from another Chinese news network. Now here we are again with a flat horizon. Actually, it's more concave flat in this video. But what I want you to pay attention to is watch this strap just come out of thin air. It even looks like it kind of went in the clouds there a little bit. You see that? Okay, looks like on this one here, they actually added the fisheye lens. But I want you to watch the astronaut's feet. Watch it disappear in the same spot the strap disappeared into. Watch this right here. Look. So that tells me they're using some kind of split screen and putting two images together right here. And you can really see it right here when they show the sun coming over the horizon. Once again, it's a flat horizon, but look right in the center of your screen. The sunlight just stops. It's a split all the way down the center of the screen. You see that right there? And then it's total blackness on the other side. Now, right here, they actually do show a fisheye lens or some kind of split screen, as you can see the sun coming over the supposedly curved Earth. Look at that line straight down the middle right there. There's a split in this. They're putting two pieces together. It's trickery, people. Trickery. See that split right in the screen? Now watch it pop in. Look, check that out. Oh, my goodness, China. Y'all weren't trained with the green screens and the CGI very well at all. Okay, now look at this one. This one right here is a really, really good one. Check it out. Look at the Earth. Look at the land mass there. Where's the oceans at? The Earth's supposed to be 2/3 water. Where's the ocean at right here, people? Nothing but land. CGI bullcrap, people.
If you go back to Dilly Gill, he actually shows NASA engineers showing how they could actually project the Earth onto the top of the what was it, the pool they got down there at Sony in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, all done in studio, man.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff is. That's and if it was real, they would never have to fake anything.
In the 60s, it was forward projection.
I understand what you guys saying. And Jeeps, no, the butcher don't swap it for human grade. I go to my family is a butcher, and I'm not a fucking loser there, Mr. Mustang 82. If you want to come up and tell it to me my face instead of being a fucking pussy, come to my face and tell me I'm a loser, you fucking scumbag. You probably live in a trailer in some place. You ghetto.
You're fighting losing battle with chat,
I mean,
man.
come on, these people in these chat run their mouth. Come up here and talk shit to my face, you fucking scumbag little bitch. I got your fucking loser right here.
Talk to
my
a
white German ass.
computer screen at each other. Yeah,
I'm just asking questions. I'm not telling these guys bullshit. I'm asking them questions. That's how you learn, is to ask questions and read, correct? So I'm not bullshitting or a fucking loser. Kiss my white ass. Where the sun
I gotta
don't
give it
shine.
to you there, Jay Brown. You got some balls there, sir. Just going on.
I'm just asking questions. I'm not telling you guys are bullshit on everything, am I? I'm asking a question. The only thing I disagree with was the balloons. Okay, I got a right to disagree. I'm not a loser or nothing. If I was a loser, I mean, come on. If you're gonna sit there and run your chat like a little bitch, come up here and be. No, I hate people like that. You're gonna be a fucking bitch.
Don't pay attention to him. Hold on. Stop paying attention to him. All you have to do is not read the chat.
You can turn the chat off for that.
Real easy. It's real easy. Just engage with us and watch the videos. Turn the chat off. Don't even look at the chat.
Turn on the private.
You're giving them what they're looking for.
Oh, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions.
So I got a question for you in that regards. Do you believe that there's these things falling around the earth at 17,000 miles an hour?
I've always had my doubts on that, but
that's what they call satellites, dude.
Yep.
It's serious.
Yeah, they could put it up there, and it could stay up there a long time.
I mean, I had a guy that thought I was crazy. I said,
nobody's leaving.
When he went to buy his new Ford, he bought a Ford. I bought a Chevy. He said, my truck's better. I got a better. I said, why is it better? He said, better transmissions are in Ford. I said, really? What do you got? I bought it, blah, 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 with a 10-speed. I said, the 10-speed transmission that GM uses is the same transmission that Ford uses. Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they split the world. That's the division. Put you on. You're a Chevy guy or a Ford guy. You like Pepsi or Coke. You lefty or right.
I'd be like, I'm just grateful that I have a functioning vehicle to carry my fat ass wherever I want to go.
That's all. Just be glad
It's not all the same anymore. The last 20 years are all junk.
Oh, my dad can beat up your dad. Yeah, he can.
I mean,
cars
have been made the same in 20 years.
People argue over the stupidest, nonsensical fucking shit that don't matter. It's the funniest thing to watch. It really is. And that's like one of them. Chevys or Fords. Whoa. And it's like, just because you have a hat that says Ford on it doesn't mean that they're great. Just because you have a hat that says Chevy, I can find flaws in all of them. Okay? Can find design flaws in every one of them. So stop with that nonsense. Oh, Democrat, Republican. That's about as fucking retarded too. They're all a bunch of cannibalistic fucking pedophiles. Andrew, speak.
Taste the biscuit, Andrew.
Taste the biscuit, Andrew.
Poor Andrew.
If I don't hear from Andrew, I'm going to play the biscuit jam.
I threw a metal biscuit one in the back too, but I forget which one it was.
Ironically, I just pulled into the grocery store, and on my shopping list is more biscuits and gravy.
There you go.
He doesn't want butter sauce. He wants gravy.
It's not what I'm making tonight when I get home. I just it's
man.
finals week. I just I'll live stream it tomorrow if you want. That's fine by me.
Yeah, that'll work.
Look at everybody wants the biscuit song.
Not me. You guys are gonna make me hate the biscuit.
Like Aaron said, is the biscuit song ruining your life? It sure is ruining mine.
Oh my God. Oh, I started singing that, and my wife says, "I hate you."
Biscuit.
Yeah, you did that. You said, "Oh, taste the biscuit." And she's like,
Yeah,
"I
you
will
can only hear
kill
it so many
you."
times. It's like if you were trapped in a solitary confinement cell, and that's all you had to hear, you'd start slamming your head into the wall until you fucking died.
Yeah, it's like waterboarding with a biscuit.
Oh yeah, Andrew.
Biscuit boarding.
Biscuit boarding.
Andrew, I got you here. Somebody said that you wanted to debate us on electronics or electrical jargon, whatnot. He wants somebody to host a debate between you two.
He needs content.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Wes?
Oh, jeez.
Not Wes. No.
Yeah, Wes said that you approached him.
He wants to debate you
emailed
on
I
which pot
talked to him
pie is
about
better,
it.
chicken or turkey.
About electrical stuff, but
yeah.
I quizzed him in regards to. I asked him a pretty basic series of questions that.
Yeah.
Are you guys on each other's Christmas card list?
And
yeah, that's the question.
As far as I know, he's a verified electrical engineer. That's.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah.
I was gonna say he's bullshitting me about the debate, right? That's what he's doing. He said he wanted to set you wanted to set up a debate. He said you said this.
No, I have never done a formal debate since high school. But
okay, that's all I need to know.
Is an electrical engineer, and I will not really debate, but I'm going to bring up a whole series of why the moon landing is a bunch of bullshit nonsense. Not a debate, but just as a presentation.
Okay. Yeah, so he didn't. You don't want to debate him. So that's really what I want to get to. He lied to me about.
I don't really debate. It seems pointless to actually debate.
Yeah,
a topic.
Well, not to mention Wes is an asshole. He's not even nice to converse with.
Nope.
So
no.
Fuck him.
Really, Saab? You gonna go there? Really?
Yeah,
really, Saab?
absolutely, 100%.
Really, Saab? This is how you are? All right.
I got a theory on one thing, and someone told me I'm crazy. It's like, okay, it's like cars. That when you bring up Ford, Chevy, here's a good one. And one guy says, no. He says, why do you think cars today are more computer controlled than they have ever been?
That's pretty obvious.
So they can have control over it from remote locations. Shut your engine off, lock your doors.
No, bingo. Because
Yeah.
I mean, right up until about, and when they went from carburetor, then they went to fuel, the first generation throttle body fuel injection. Those are basically a carburetor with two to four injectors. Pump. Those are simple. Those they couldn't control.
Let me
Now
intervene
they've
for a
made
second.
them all computered.
Let me intervene for a second. It was it's to better control environmental conditions on how when you're driving the car. Carbureted cars, the early ones were fixed. So if you were driving it at sea level and it was tuned to sea level, and now you drove it up a mountain, it would start running. It would start running fat because of the lower oxygen content. So the car would be less efficient. It'd create more heat. It does more damage on the engine. So they come up with the computer control systems where basically it's high pressure, it's a better mist, it's also a fume, and they're able to control timing and other things. So it'll automatically adjust by sniffing what's being burnt in the exhaust.
Oh yeah, the first generations were the first generation. I had
now
an
it's
87.
controlled. Now,
Well, now they've passed legislation that they're going to be putting kill switches in your car.
Yeah.
That they'll be able to fucking.
I mean, Chevy
shut
had this
you down.
25 years ago, 30 years ago.
And remember
Yeah,
that they did that.
Yeah.
Remember they did that when they were trying to catch him in Idiocracy. They shut off their car.
Do you know that the Tesla, if it's got a system built into it on the drivable ones, the self-driving ones, that if you have a warrant, it'll automatically drive you to the courthouse.
They're all self-driving.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Then you're in shit out of luck, man. You got
I
a
had one
warrant.
of those pass me a while back on the road, and that's the ugliest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What,
It looks like a
Cybertruck?
fucking dumpster. It looks like a dumpster going down.
Oh,
the
you're
road.
talking about the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Ugly as hell, dude.
Yeah, go back and watch the movie Total Recall.
Yeah.
Johnny what's it called? Johnny Cab.
Yeah.
It looks like
Johnny.
fucking 1980s Johnny Cab.
Yeah.
That's how intuitive they were. Like it looked like paper mache, like that a kid would do in like 5th grade or something. Fucking terrible. And they sell for like $90,000. I see them. I really don't.
They look like a
think
Pinewood Derby car that somebody put very little effort into.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, I see. There's about 8 Cybertrucks around my area, and they keep saying how great they are. The one guy that I've talked to him, I look at, and he goes, pretty sharp, ain't it? And I said, yeah. If I wanted to go buy a dumpster and put tires under it, I said, yeah. He said, well, how do you get a dumpster? I said, look, it's not a dumpster, it's 2 dumpsters, because most dumpsters, if you look at them, are triangular at the top. You know, they got. If I put 2 of them set back to back, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, go look up YouTube videos of people pulling the quarter panels off of it. The rear view mirrors, they're made out of crap, dude. They fall apart if you sneeze on them.
All right, here's my question. What defines a truck? And secondary part of that is the Cybertruck, is that equivalent to an El Camino or an F-350? It's a pretty obvious question. It's a leading question.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's a monstrosity either way.
Yeah, it's not a fucking truck.
No, it's not.
No, well,
No, it
yeah,
isn't.
hey, no, it ain't a truck to me. But here's the difference. Here's people. I'll just, people might get offended, but look at it this way: if your truck ain't got an 8-foot bed on it, if you got a 5-foot or a 4-foot, you ain't got a truck. You got a bitch wagon. Sorry. If it ain't got an 8-foot bed, it's not a truck.
Well, it does open up into a bed. You just got to take the panels off of it.
Yeah, but that's basically a glorified avalanche.
I know.
If it ain't got a separate box and a separate cab, it's a piece of shit. And if it ain't 8 foot long, it's a toy. Because I mean, I laugh at these kids today. I mean, I'm almost 61, and I see these people that are in their 20s and 30s. They buy these trucks, put these big ass tires on them, and they don't even put a piece of paper in the back end. Oh no! Well, and they put tonneau covers on it and never put anything in the bed. Why do you have a truck then?
Just in case you want to move.
Right.
Yeah, right. I know a guy that owns I know a guy that has an F-350 that's never had anything in the back. It's got a tonneau cover. When he hauls gas, he hauls it in the back end of his hatchback. When he hauls gas to mow his lawn, he puts it in the back end of his hatchback. If he had to move, he would rent a pickup truck before he would use his truck because he don't want to scratch it.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
exactly.
Level Plane is in the chat too. She said, "Thank you very much for showing the calendar."
Sam.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of her kids' books for the grandkids. I'm gonna get some.
Yeah.
of
What's
those.
going on with the book, Cubby?
Yeah.
This will probably be the last night, as I mentioned at the end, the last night to put something in the comment section. After that, either whenever Sav goes live next, we'll do the drawing.
Awesome. I'll do it live. We'll do it live.
If you want one of these books, if you want to be entered in the drawing, just mention in the chat, say, "Hey, Cubby, I want one of those books." And then I got everybody written down on the prior streams up to this point. So after this stream, the next stream going forward is going to be the one we'll do the drawing at.
Right.
And Sav, isn't there a link underneath the chat also?
Yes, there is. In the description, there's a link to the Tamara's Amazon page with her books.
And the
are on
calendar.
there. I don't know if the calendar's on there or not.
Well, it will be.
But
that's an old calendar, so I
this
doubt
one
it.
is from last year. Actually,
I think she was just doing that for.
Yeah, I like it as an example. I can still use it over. I don't have to pay attention. And I'll just write the wrong date. I'll write the actual correct date, and people will get confused, and I'll laugh.
It's a nice conversation point.
That's why I like my 24-hour analog clock.
I mean, what? It's 1200.
Well, I mean, and it's a world map too. You know, so that and wherever the hour hand is at is where the sun would be, that over that portion of the earth. And it's in 24 hours instead of 12. So it's a little bit confusing. People.
Yeah, 24-hour clock. Isn't that like military time when you use?
Yeah. Europe
UTC.
uses that. Europe uses 24-hour time.
Yeah.
Also,
train schedules, whatever, everything is all 24
Yeah,
hours.
is that
it's
UTC
universal time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Universal time is 24-hour time. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always the same time.
UTC.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question. 3 FBI interviews. So let's take a look at it. It's been sitting there for a while. What do you think?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I tried to segue into it nice as I could.
Anyway, check this out.
There is at least one witness for 3 interviews with the FBI in rapid succession in 2019 are missing. We can also confirm that that woman is the same person who in a 2025 FBI presentation is identified to have accused Donald Trump of assault when she was between 13 and 15 years old. One of the things in her accusation is that in addition to forcing her to perform oral sex, he also hit her in that same episode. We have now connected that woman to someone who was interviewed by the FBI 4 times in 2019. Of those 4 interview memoranda, which are listed in this index that I'm holding up right here, only one of them can be seen. And in that interview, the accusations against Trump are not present. At the most, she says that she had met Trump on one occasion without detailing it. And when asked how she understood that Epstein was a person who committed abuse against her, she showed FBI agents a picture that she had been sent by a friend. It was a picture that she was reluctant to share with FBI agents because there was somebody else in the photograph. It turned out to be, according to this interview memo, a well-known photograph of Epstein and Trump together. She said that she was reluctant to show them the full image, lest she incriminate someone that she feared could retaliate against her.
Shit's being removed in real time.
Yeah.
People go and they're looking at a document, they go have a bite of lunch and come back to look, and it's gone.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff being removed. I mean, a year ago, if you looked up the Chuck Schumer, for instance, how much his net worth was a year ago, it said he's worth $81 million and had 2 yachts. You look it up now, and none of that exists.
Weird.
Well, here it says that Hollywood star Leonardo DiCaprio. Let me pull this up here real quick.
Let me guess. He's in the files.
Well, it says he has scrubbed his social media as millions of users are demanding his arrest for eating child meat. In the past 24 hours, users flooded DiCaprio's posts with slogans like "Arrest the Cannibal," 70 pounds of children's flesh, ? The strings of PDF pizza emojis.
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking when they came up with that. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, here's more about that coming up missing shit. This is illegal as all hell, man. This makes the Watergate look like nothing.
So we'll do one more question. Go ahead.
In the spirit of bipartisanship, would you then ask the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to come testify? It seems like he has some information.
That's very possible, and I think I think it's a good possibility that his name will arise in some questioning today.
It'll be on my list, and I have an email I printed off for Hillary to ask about Howard Lutnick today. So
We're asking again, and I want to remind everyone, we've already brought in Alex Acosta and Bill Barr for deposition. That's 2 Republicans in the Trump administration. So this isn't just about Democrats. This is about anyone that has any knowledge of Epstein, the investigation. I think we all agree the government failed. The government failed the victims. And what our role is, we can't prosecute anyone. But what we have been doing is getting transparency to the American people. We subpoena. So we'll do one more question.
We can't prosecute.
He can't. No, they're not a
Congress.
Congress. They can't prosecute.
They can turn over to the authorities who can prosecute it. They can make sure that
the Judicial Oversight Committee could recommend it to the DOJ. Yeah, and then the DOJ's got to take the ball from there. But the problem is, it's already been in the hands of the DOJ, and they've done shit.
The DOJ that's compromised. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally think we're going to lose Trump's going to lose his control in the House and Senate. The midterms are going to
I knew you were going to say that.
Democrats. He's going to go to the Democrats. They're going to impeach him next year.
What does any of that matter?
Yeah.
But they're going to impeach him, and then they're going to go after him.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically this shit is still going on.
Yeah, they're doing it too on the Democrat side.
I mean, you've heard what these accusations on Trump. An interview 4 times. Now they're gone, but people have already read them, and I've read them, where he forced that girl to blow him, and she bit, and he punched her.
Which I have no doubt if she actually did that, I wouldn't put it past anybody from punching him.
When Trump became president the first time, what was he going to do? He's going to lock her up, right?
Yeah.
Never happened. Then Democrat Biden comes back in, and then they right before that he got impeached. And did he ever see any consequences for that? No. Then Biden comes in, and they find files, and they raid Mar-a-Lago, and he's going to go to prison. Never happened. Then Trump comes back, and now all these guys, the Republicans got the power back. It's all a big show, dude. It just goes back and forth.
Hey, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying it's not a big show. It's like I argued with a guy. I said, Trump's youngest son looks more like Epstein than he does as Trump.
Who, Barron?
Barron, yeah, Barron looks more like Epstein than he does Trump.
He's a Nephilim.
I don't know. He looks. Yeah, I don't know. He favors Donald a lot. I think.
He kind of looks like Eric a little bit.
You look at his nose. You look at Barron's nose and his jaw, man, and his chin, man. He looks a lot like Epstein. Put him side by side. Put him side by side.
Doing that right now in my head, I don't see it.
We've entered this world where everybody looks like somebody else.
Did you
hear Iranian media put this out today? This was pretty crazy. But check this out. It said it's a video. They published a video threatening to destroy Israel out of spite for its father. Video title: You start the war, but we decide how it will end. Check, this is pretty good.
Sir, possible hostile activity detected. Awaiting confirmation.
Oh, did you hear about what Trump did earlier today on CNN? He called in under an anonymous name and started.
Oh yeah, that was the other day. It was
That's old news.
Yeah.
Called in as what do you call himself?
John
Barron. John Barron.
That's funny. I never heard that one before till today.
Yeah, he's done that before. He did it one time where he threw Marla Maples under the bus and shit, and said that he never ever really wanted her seriously and all this other shit. And oh man, he's awful. He's awful. And then he was sitting there bragging about that as John Barron, that he was that he'd heard that Trump was the best sex that she'd ever had and shit like that, you know. And this is while his own wife already knows he's playing this part, and he's bragging about him being the best of raping some chick. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Everybody knows it's you.
That's funny.
God.
Yeah, so Marla Maples, wasn't that like the after he got divorced from?
Yeah, some kind of shit like, I don't know. This guy goes through them like socks.
Wait a minute. So you telling me Ashton Kutcher was using his production company to filter young girls in to the whole Epstein blender and hiding behind his assistant in Ghislaine? And this comes after more Epstein files have dropped, and Ashton Kutcher, whatever you want to call him, I call him Kutcher. He is all through it. Him and Jeffrey Epstein and his assistant going back and forth on emails talking about, are you wet? Or we're lining up girls who are interested in acting and setting them up through Ashton's production company with all the crazy stuff going on with Ashton, the Diddy situation, Brittany Murphy, countless girls, That 70s Show, Danny Masterson, his right-hand man. To see Ashton all up and through these Epstein files, in my opinion, it seems like now that it's all coming together, Epstein used Ashton and Ashton used Epstein to filter these girls and do God knows what. And the crazy part too, that just does not look good for Ashton, is that Epstein was convicted of soliciting youngins for prostitution in 2008. And these emails were past 2008. So you knew what was going on, Ashton. And you was running around with Diddy and the white parties too, but that's a whole other thing. And I don't like it. What if I told you?
And Saul, did you know that he's married to the girl that does the voice as Meg on Family Guy?
Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis, yeah.
Oh, a lot of it.
She was on that show, the 70s Show, with him.
Yeah. Look at what happened to all those people.
She was
got
Jackie.
Danny Masterson,
No, Jackie.
He got somebody said Ashton got punked. I was like, yeah, no shit.
Word on the street has it, and I don't have definitive proof, but I've heard stories on other things about how Rob Reiner's son is tied in all this too. About he was going to spill the beans. That's basically why Rob Reiner ended up possibly being killed by his son, because he had information that, like they were talking about how Ashton Kutcher's production company. Well, this is kind of long, but I'll try and shorten it the best I can. But a lot of those MTV like vacation, like Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, when they had their little TV show, those shows were owned by Ashton Kutcher's production company, and they would bring other people there, elites, to blackmail them because there's video cameras all over the house and stuff. And Rob Reiner's son knew a lot about this, and that's kind of why he was.
Well, from what I understand, Rob Reiner, passed the kid around at some parties and shit too.
Right.
Might have been with the same people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all, when you get down to it, they're all in it together.
Did you ever watch a guy? You ever see a guy on YouTube he calls himself the Siberian Tiger?
No.
He videos cops. This guy, boy, he's got balls, man. Watch this. This is great. This is him in an interaction. I love him. He's from somewhere else. He's got this. I love his accent though.
Mind you, real quick, that Kunis was underage when they filmed that show, just so you know, and everybody's kissing on her. So
yeah, she was 14.
Yep. Wow.
So if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
You got one on your hip. Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
So what?
Huh?
So what? That's why you pull me over, because I'm yelling?
I don't know if you need help or anything.
Oh, I don't need help.
So,
thank you.
Okay, let me see your driver's license real quick.
I don't need help.
Okay, you guys see your driver's license?
What for?
Can you use the turn signal when you made a turn?
Of course I did.
Let me see your driver's license.
You can hear the sound on the dash cam too.
Let me see your driver's license. You can just the window if that's what you want to do.
It's already.
I can't see that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Here. I don't wish to answer questions.
You have to let me know if there's a weapon in the car. Did you not take the class?
I did.
Did they tell you have to tell them?
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law says.
The officer wants to take a weapon.
And actually, if I don't display, there's really not much you can do because there is no penalty attached to that. I have to carry this if I'm carrying this.
Are you carrying?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
You got one on your hip. So what?
Do I smell alcohol in your breath?
No, you don't.
How do I know?
Because you can't smell my breath?
I can smell something coming
Oh,
out.
really?
Let's see. Let me do some field sobriety.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, where are you coming from?
Huh?
Where are you coming from?
You saw me where I was coming from.
I just saw you drive down.
Are you done with this?
I'm done with that, yeah.
All right, cool.
Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions. I've already told you. Let me know when I'm free to go. Also, what is your name? Your name? Sheriff? That's your name? Sheriff?
Right about it right there.
I'm not familiar with the English alphabet, sir.
Be on the ticket.
Okay. Can I have an incident number, please? Oh, a ticket. A ticket, okay.
While I have you here, okay, I don't want you exiting the vehicle because you have a weapon in the car.
Did I exit the vehicle? Did I exit the vehicle?
Give you a heads up.
Did I exit the vehicle? Hey, you do have a dash cam, right? Very good. You can't just pull me over because I said the police. I hope you realize that, stupid. I'm sorry?
You have insurance on the vehicle?
Yeah.
Can you show it to me, please? It doesn't come back.
Of course it comes back.
Not on my system, it doesn't. Also, it's not typical behavior for somebody to be yelling out of the vehicle. Have you had anything to drink tonight? Is that your current address? 1622?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. Is that your current address?
Do I answer questions?
Okay, I'll just assume that's incorrect then.
And why would you do that? Did you read my address on the driver license?
It didn't have an address. It didn't have an apartment number on your driver's
Of course it does.
Let me see. Can you verify?
You've already seen it. I've already complied with that part.
I know. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, I say that I've never met anybody quite like you that would yell at an officer doing their job. But
so
you have a great
let
day.
me
There's no
understand.
warnings, no fines, no penalties.
May I ask you a question?
Questions on there? There's the address.
Yeah, no, I have a question. Can you get your supervisor here, please? Is the stop over?
The stop is over. You may leave.
All right.
You don't exit until I get out.
Well, you said the stop is over, right? Okay, I'm not getting out. I will. Okay, there is no need to draw your weapon, man. Are you drawing your weapon? I didn't get out of the car. You told me that already. Yeah. Did I get out of the car? Go yourself. Yeah, right over there you can. A warning? A warning? For what? Failed to signal with turn indicator within 100 feet. Put the weapon on me. He drew the gun.
Overall, Deputy Vega gets an F for retaliating against Mr. Clearlake for exercising his First Amendment rights, initiating a traffic stop against him without reasonable suspicion, and unnecessarily brandishing his firearm. Mr. Clearlake gets an A for refusing to answer any of Deputy Vega's questions, complying with the law while declining to provide any more information than was required, and for taking appropriate action after the traffic stop. Although he used aggressive language towards Deputy Vega, he was completely within his First Amendment rights to do so.
So, in other words, business as usual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, David Koresh said, deal with it in court. Cops are assholes. And that's the whole point, is that that's the generation goal, is to push that into somebody else who's making money from what he just did, and somebody else, and the lawyers and the staff and the people who show up and the security, and it justifies it justifies it. So, it ends up costing everybody more money. It's it. You end up getting these, you can't swallow their ego and say, okay, have a good night, guys.
Right.
Have a good night, sir. And that's it. And just walk away and get your shit and be cool and do your job. And that's it. Do it within the law. But then they have to do this shit because, their ego's hurt because they're like little babies.
I better get out your tape measure and show me it was 100 feet.
Right. Exactly.
The whole thing is he's going to make it so that the process is the punishment, and that's basically what they do.
Don't be a bootlicker. Right on.
Yep.
Here you go. This one's pretty good. This one right here.
And so the reason why you got pulled over as you passed me, I noticed you had your phone up.
No, my phone's right here.
Well, maybe it was my mistake then I stand corrected.
Have a good day.
No, you're not pretty good. You seem to be in a hurry, sir.
Was I speeding?
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Okay, you weren't speeding?
No, sir.
All right, your license, please.
Do you have me clocked for speeding, or did you pull me over for that? Because that's the first time you told me you pulled me over for that. Now you're telling me speeding.
Let me start over. Okay.
Please do.
I said I noticed you with your phone. You corrected me. You said your phone was us up.
So
you didn't have your phone in your hand, so I was mistaken.
So then you got me for something else now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You have a supervisor?
I do have a supervisor. So
Why don't you get him out here?
Your license, please.
What did you clock me at?
Sir, I did not clock you.
Exactly. So I wasn't speeding because I saw you whenever I turned off of Garfield, and I am obviously not going to speed past the cop. Whenever I passed you, I was going 16 miles an hour. It's 25 on these 20 or 25 on these
supervisor
roads.
is quite a distance away. I'm gonna give you a warning, let you go. You want to talk to me, supervisor?
Great.
All right, I'll call my supervisor.
Why do you need my license if I wasn't speeding? If I didn't commit an infraction, why do you need my license?
Visually,
you can't pace from sitting still. You cannot pace from sitting still.
Argue with you, okay?
Well, then prove your point.
So let me.
How do you know I was speeding? I'll sit here and shut up. You tell me how you know I was speeding.
Visually, you came up rapidly behind me. You were speeding. My interpretation. I didn't get your radar, so that is why I told you were speeding. Okay?
You don't know that, so you don't get my license.
You don't have to give me a license. You want a supervisor? I asked you. I didn't give you a verbal. Let you go. You want my supervisor? My supervisor's on his way. So that's where.
No. You wanted my license to give me a verbal. This all would have been done if you wouldn't have said you needed my license for nothing.
You heard what I said?
That you don't know any violation and you wanted my license.
You were speeding.
I was not speeding.
That's your interpretation and mine.
No, that's the fucking truth because it said 16 miles an hour on. I'm telling the truth. You wanted to ID me. You guys don't like it when citizens don't bow down to you.
So you don't have to bow down to me.
Then let me be on my way without violating my Fourth Amendment.
You can argue and say what you want to say.
Get out of my face, dude.
Officer Gilpin says that he pulled this man over for supposedly messing with his phone. When this man disproves that by showing that his phone is mounted, Officer Gilpin tries to make up some cockamamie story about how the driver was speeding. That's when this driver starts to call Gilpin out on his bull jive. He starts to explain how he could not possibly be speeding and argues his case. This driver was 100% on point, and I'm going to tell you why. First, he asks whether or not his speed was tracked by a radar, to which Gilpin replies, no. Then the driver disproves the pacing method because Officer Gilpin wasn't actually driving. He was in his car, parked onto the side of the road, which means that he could not have possibly gotten an accurate speed. That's when Gilpin says that visually it looked like the driver was speeding. This is not how pacing works. In fact, Gilpin would have had to at least been behind the driver for some time to even correctly track his speed. Even then, most speeding cases from the result of pacing get dismissed when the defendant chooses to fight it.
You are detaining me right now.
Yes.
For invoking my Fourth Amendment.
That has nothing to do with Fourth Amendment.
It does, because you don't get that license unless I made an infraction. It has something to do with
me having probable cause that you have violated.
I'll tell you what, you go back there and write a ticket for me speeding, and we can meet in court, but only if you write a ticket for not to yourself for not using a blinker whenever you got over. When you got over right here and I passed you, no blinker used. So if you write a ticket to yourself for not blinkering, for not signaling to get over, you can write a ticket to me too.
Get over where?
Right here, whenever you parked right here. When
So
you
what
got
lane
behind
did
me.
I get over in?
You got over to park.
There's only 2 lanes.
You got over to park.
I did not get over to park. So again, it's your interpretation, my interpretation. Okay.
I'll take the ticket if you want to write yourself.
I'm not
one.
going to write myself a ticket.
Yeah, because the state can never be wrong.
The state can be wrong.
You're wrong right now, buddy.
And I did not pull
You're
over.
wrong right now. You pulled me over for that phone.
It's a single lane.
You pulled me over for that phone and you were wrong.
And I corrected myself. I told you.
But you still got to get that license. It's like crack to you guys. I don't understand that. You got to have it. Let me have that license. I don't want as a citizen, I don't want my information entered into a database any more than it has to be.
And sure, okay, you can see that. I wasn't even going to enter. I was going to look at the license and give you a roll.
But you don't get to do that unless I've done something wrong.
Sorry, my interpretation again. You did.
So you think that? How fast do you think I was going?
You're going over 10% over the speed limit.
You're out of your mind, bro.
Sir, my interpretation.
You're out of your mind. So if the speed limit here is it 20 or 25? I was doing 16. Is it 20 or 20? Is it 20 or 25 right here?
If you say you're doing 16, that is your interpretation.
Is it 20 or 25 right here?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't know.
No, you tell me.
You don't. Either way. So if it's 20, 10% over would be 22.
If it's 25, 10% over is 2.5.
Yeah. Okay. So 27.5. Yeah. So you visually saw me going 27.5 miles an hour. You need to get recalibrated, man.
Okay. Your interpretation of recalibration, that is fine.
You're in the wrong.
Sir,
you're in the wrong.
We're gonna argue. And
you're in the wrong.
There's
no argument because you're in the wrong.
We're arguing right now. We're talking.
There's no argument. I'm telling you what the truth is. I'm being molested by my government for doing nothing wrong because you have to have my ID.
Because you violated traffic offense, yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, your interpretation.
You're a liar, dude. Don't come back up to this car. Get your supervisor. I'm not talking to you anymore. Not talking to you anymore. You're a liar.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how you doing?
What can I do for you, man?
I'm wondering why I'm still here.
Well, apparently you called for a supervisor.
Because he wants my license when I have committed no traffic infraction. When your officer first got up to this vehicle, he said he pulled me for this. Okay. Because that's up there. When that was wrong, then he tells me that I'm speeding. I know for a fact I wasn't. I looked down at 16. The whole time I was behind him and past him, I looked down, I was 16 miles an hour. Okay. But he wants to get my license. He already told me he hasn't clocked me. He estimated my speed from a standstill, which you can't pace from a standstill. He says I'm going 10% over the posted speed limit. Okay. From a standstill, he knows this. I'm not giving up my license unless you're threatening to take me to jail. Okay. I'm not the war you guys want right now with all y'all have going on. I was going 16 miles an hour, but I'm not going to let him violate my Fourth Amendment when he was wrong.
Okay. So what do you want now? What is it?
I want to be unmolested from my government and on my way. Okay. It's not funny.
Well, I mean, you sat here waiting for me.
Because he wouldn't let me go.
Okay. All you need to do is verify that you have a driver's license.
Not going to do it. He doesn't have a reason to see it.
Now you actually do have a reason.
What reason is that?
Because we can actually stop you to check your driver's
No,
license.
you can't.
Yes, we can.
Not unless I've committed an infraction.
We actually can. I search the traffic code. It'll tell you right there. But that's all he wanted to verify is just send you on your way.
No.
So go. I'll let you go. Go.
Thank you very much.
And so the reason why.
So he knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, he knew it was horseshit. I mean, I've had guys do that. I used to park my car at the airport and then take the train in to go to work because it was cheaper to do that. And I would come back. You know, sometimes I'd get out a little early, or I would go in early, and I would have to get the car out by a certain time. Otherwise, they would, religiously drive by at night to ticket any cars sitting there past that time, meaning like 1 minute. And they would go by the train schedules. And one night I got out early and I had a ticket on my windshield written for 2 hours ahead of when I showed up. So they wrote a ticket before the time and expected me not to move the car and said, "Oh, here, we'll just write a ticket for 12:01." And I was like,
"Oh, they don't do that. Come on."
Yeah,
I'm picking on you.
Twice those tickets disappeared real quick because when you think about it, it's like, come on, guys, you don't want to go through all this shit. It's just hurting everybody else when you're proven wrong.
Well, they're trying to get you into that commercial code with traffic violations. That's what they're trying to do.
When he's saying the operation, they can pull you over if you're operating a vehicle. But it has to have an RAS, meaning you have to do some kind of infraction. Some states just say that we can pull you over randomly if you want. Doesn't matter. Depends on where you live.
That's too much power.
Yeah, and of course it is. I mean, you should just be, as long as you're not breaking any what do you call it? I mean, if you're not waving your hands in the windshield, you're fucking wearing a bunny suit, with your car on fire. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be bothering you. You're just moving along, man.
But I didn't see, officer. I'm actually blind.
Then I could say, okay, yeah, why are you?
Yeah, some crazy shit. Well, I'm gonna have to shut her down, guys. We've gone 4 hours. I can't even believe that.
Good to see you guys. Sob's good to see you. Good to
see
you,
man.
Last chance, guys. If you want to book, comment in the comment section of after this video goes off. The reason I say do it in the comment section is because if you're doing it in chat, I might miss somebody because the comments rolling by past. I don't want to miss anybody. So comment in the comment section. I want to book Cubby or Sav or whatever. Mm-hmm. And whenever Sav goes live next, we'll do the drawing and I'll send them out. I'm gonna have to you're probably gonna have to email me to give me some kind of address so that I can send it to you, but all the shipping will be paid for. It's free. Just you gotta be okay with giving up some. I can use your handle. It doesn't have to be your real name or whatever. Just give me some kind of address. I can send it to you. So
or a PO box,
something like that. Yeah. We'll iron out the details in the email.
Hey, Cubby, you got any of the kids' books laying around?
No.
Oh man.
Was that a serious question?
Yeah, my grandkids. I'm gonna get them.
Oh no, she only gave me 3 for now. I've only got these 3 that she sent me, but I'll get more. I'm gonna see how this goes. And
yeah,
I didn't know if you were being serious because somebody actually was joking around about.
You need
that.
a wheel with the little marbles in it with a number on it.
Yeah, there you
can like spin the wheel around.
Yeah.
Make a game show out of it.
I didn't know if somebody was joking around about it in the comment section last time.
Got a spinning wheel app somewhere.
Yeah.
They're only $15 for the kids' books a piece. I think that's not bad for price.
Right.
So yeah, and the link to the Amazon if you want to purchase any of Tamara's books. They're really good. Check them out. The link is in the description.
The like is also down there. Also.
Yeah, you can hit it to
subscribe.
Yeah. And while you're down there, hit that like button and
make sure
that's on. These 3 are all signed by her. So if that
that's the way.
Tuesday and Thursday we're out here.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming up. Everybody that showed up in the chat tonight. A lot of good people. We got up to 200 tonight. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
see everybody.
Yep. And don't forget. Lord loves a working man. Don't never, ever trust Whitey. See doctor and get rid of his ass because he'll probably kill you. If you heard the shot, probably wasn't meant for you, but you'll want to duck anyways. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.